State win.
Big venues in college football can be trouble for road teams. The venerable Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum and a late night history lesson. Troy versus Sparta. Two teams who are 3-0. Jason Benetti, Robert Griffin III, Alexa Landestoy downstairs. What do we know about Michigan State and USC so far at 3-0?
Well, what we know is that they have explosive offenses. We got two quarterbacks today in Aiden Childs and also Jaden Mayava that really have the ability to kill defenses with their arms and their legs. Whoever plays better tonight is going to determine whether their team is considered a contender for the college football playoff or not.
Yeah, right now at 3-0, you can trumpet yourself as one of those teams. Look, Baylor, Arizona State was great. We could have some fireworks here tonight at the Coliseum. He's a part of it. Makai Lemon, one of the most dynamic players in college football. USC won the toss and wants the football. 604 yards of offense a game, the best in the FBS. Touches the ball first. It is Makai Lemon on the opening kickoff return, and he is tripped up at the 19-yard line. A lot of injury discussion in a big Big Ten game. Alexa Landestoy.
Nick Marsh and Makai Frazier are good to go for Michigan State. So I'll start with the Spartans. Some good news on their side. Two of their best offensive weapons will be in after being question marks this week, leaving last game with an injury. Marsh is a difference maker, a quarterback's best friend. RG3 would have loved to have him. Defensive coordinator for USC, Coach Lynn, saying they've got to tackle him with the first tackle or else he'll get into space and make 5 yards into 20 yards. Not so good news for the Trojans here tonight. Jacoby Lane, JB, is not in, their second leading receiver.
So we might see more of Jaden Richardson wearing number 15, the transfer from Tufts. But we also will see a refurbished Trojan rushing attack. It's a gain of 2 yards from Wayman Jordan. The quarterback is Jaden Mayava, who took over as the starter for the final month last year. He's always been in a battle in his FBS career. This time it was his job.
Yeah, it's his job. And when we talked to Lincoln Riley, he said when he came over from UNLV, he wasn't the most polished guy. He had actual freshmen who were more polished than him. But he stayed the course, and now he is looking like one of the best quarterbacks in the country and could play himself into the Heisman race tonight.
A wide open race right now in college football. It's a second down run again, and it is Jordan setting up a third down and short. They're over 50% run behind this offensive line for the first time for Lincoln Riley.
And Killian O'Connor, the center, number 67, is a big part of that. He is their emotional leader, and they trust that this offensive line is now built to withstand Big Ten play.
And the skill position players, we talked about Makai Lemon. He is a game breaker.
He is a game breaker. I call him Quick Six because he can score from anywhere on the field, inside and or out.
He is down at the bottom of the formation against Joshua Eaton. This is a run for USC again. It's Eli Sanders, the Iowa State transfer by way of New Mexico, into this Michigan State defense that at times has had difficulty stopping the pass.
Yes, they have, but Alex Van Sumeren right there in the middle, number 91, is a big reason why they are one of the top teams in the country at stopping the run, along with Jordan Hall, their linebacker, who is sideline to sideline type of player.
There's that secondary. We may see a couple of guys in the nickelback spot for Michigan State under Joe Rossi, the former defensive coordinator at Minnesota. Mayava, short set right down the middle. He's got it to Richardson, in for Jacoby Lane. It's a gain of 12.
Oh, just a beautiful hammer concept. They're going to run one receiver here and the other one on the hammer right behind it. Hey, he takes the underneath route. You replace him with the ball. Nice job there by Mayava.
They'll run it again. It is Sanders. You know, on Richardson, how often do you say in a late-night Big Ten game, he's the wide receiver who has the economics degree from Tufts, Jaden Richardson?
You don't say that very often. But what we're seeing right now, Jason, is this running game for USC. A lot of people said that USC was soft. They didn't have enough, you know, in them to play in the Big Ten.
What? Oh, okay.
I think Lincoln Riley has made it a point to say, we can play Big Ten football, but we can also throw some wrinkles in there to keep these defenses honest.
They'll go trips at the bottom of the formation, including the freshman Tanook Hines. Eli Sanders, there's that run game. What was the sound that it made, Robert?
And I love this running game because they're going to actually pull the center and the backside tackle. and get in front of Eli Sanders, and then he's just reading it, gets to the outside, and when those guys get the edge, they are dangerous.
5 runs so far. That's a long mesh point. On the roll, Mayava will bail and throw it wide. That was Van Sumeren along with Thompson on the pressure. And for Lincoln Riley, year number 4 for USC, they're kind of the underdog this year, just into the top 25, and it might fit them kind of well. There's a bunch of talent here.
He has dealt with a lot on the outside of people saying that he can't do this and they can't do that, and all he's done is bite down on his mouthpiece, build this roster, and trust that what he has in place can help them be successful. And what was the word that he said that they're not anymore?
What was it? Remind me.
They're not as portally as they used to be.
Portally. Here's Jordan on the run, and a marker comes in. Jordan is sort of portally. He's out of Hutchinson Community College. And let's see if this comes back. It's at the 28. Marker down just inside the 30-yard line.
Personal foul, illegal low block, defense number 1. After this, we'll see the goal. First down.
That is on Nakai Martinez. Yeah, the Trojans are thrilled about it.
Yeah, you're going to see Nakai Martinez right here, goes low on the offensive lineman to cut out his legs. Now, this was a technique that they used to use back in the day so those little guys wouldn't get blocked by the big guys. Can't do that anymore.
Back when these two teams played in the Rose Bowl, January 1st, 1988, you could do that sort of thing?
I wouldn't know, JB, because I wasn't born until 1990.
Well, I was 5, and I remember it very well. This is a great start for USC, by the way. They take the ball. This is exactly what you would want, as Michigan State will substitute out Dunnigan and Van Sumeren, and we have a marker coming in. It's going to be a delay game. When you substitute, you put yourself at risk as the offense here.
Offense, penalty, first down.
That's the thing. We know it in college football. All you need to do is leave reasonably, right? And the defensive players did. They weren't going as slowly as a human can move.
Yes.
And so you put yourself in peril there.
It's a great point, Jason. And honestly, it's just chess. You're playing chess. Hey, if you're going to sub late in the clock, we're going to run off a little slower than maybe we need to.
See up top, Lake McCree, the tight end, split out wide. The tight ends have been very busy so far this year for USC. Here's Sanders on the quick hitter, and he turns on the Jets. Man, what a gas pedal there. Down to the 4 into Nakai Martinez.
Just a nice swing pass. They ran Lake McCree on a shallow route across the formation, and once they saw that they had man coverage, they had an easy screen out to the running back there. Just really good job of Lincoln Riley giving his quarterback a key. Once he sees the key, he knows where to go with the ball.
Quick decisions, right?
Exactly. You want your quarterback to, early in the game, fill in rhythm, give him plays that he knows where to go with the football based off 1 or 2 things, and then he can start to read the entire defense.
2nd and goal, opening drive of the ball game. Straight up into the teeth of that defense. Jordan hit by Dunnigan and driven back. It'll be 3rd down and goal. That was David Santiago, the sophomore, involved in the tackle as well. USC in the red zone against Purdue. Could have put up more points last week. What'd you see on tape?
Well, they got to score touchdowns in the red zone, not field goals, and it was decision-making a little bit by Jaden Mayava, and then some missed assignments in their blocking schemes that caused them those points.
Play number 11 will be stopped by a penalty. USC about 80 yards per game via the penalty flag this year. And they've had a couple on this drive.
Offense, number 67, 5-yard penalty, or down.
It's 12th most in the FBS. Let me ask you, though, with this kind of skill, the extra 5 yards, is there anything good about that?
Yes, there is. ... The closer you get into the red zone, the tighter the throwing windows become. But with how good they've been in the screen game and yards after the catch, maybe that 5 yards back gives them a little more space to operate.
Lemon in the slot at the bottom of your screen. Mayava down the middle into traffic, and a big hit by Malik Spencer. Spencer. He whacked Richardson, and it is 4th down. No marker comes in on the play. The big hit by the senior Spencer.
Oh, my Lord. You're going to see he's going to go here, and he's running a crossing route. We talked about that space that the 5 yards create, right, Jason?
Yep.
Well, you still got to throw it on his body tight, because right there you let him right into what we call a hospital ball. Sometimes, you can't put it that lofty out there if you're Maava. Throw it lower so he can go down and make that catch and protect himself from the hit.
And credit Malik Spencer for a very legal hit at a time with targeting in college football. That was well done. The kick is good for Ryan Sairi. It is 3-0 USC with the lead. Michigan State holds to a field goal. Today's game flow sponsored by Progressive.
All right. Same thing?
Yup. This is our year.
You know, if getting AT&T's best deal on the new iPhone 17 Pro without needing the most expensive plan taught me anything, it's that switching things up can be a good call. So how about we try something that's timeless?
Oh, yeah. Good call. Ooh. Get the all-new iPhone 17 Pro on us. Designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet. Most expensive plan not required.
You put everything into getting it right, from launches to milestones and team recognition. With expert support, quality products, and on-time delivery, 4imprint makes sure your brand shows up strong. 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
If you're making a to-do list today, make it easy on yourself. Just write down Reese's, then write down eat them, and then you're kind of done for the day.
It's happened. The gold mine of McDonald's chicken has been struck. Added to your snack wrap and McCrispy and made for dipping. It's special edition gold sauce.
As a lifestyle guard, when someone invites you over for tea, I make sure you get a non-carbonated High Noon vodka iced tea and a coaster, because condensation. High Noon vodka iced tea. Sun's up.
With Prime Big Deal Days coming October 7th and 8th, greatness is a deal away.
Just bust the move.
Shop deals up to 40% off this Prime Big Deal Days.
George and Junior need to replace their brakes, and an AutoZoner helps them find a deal on the right parts.
Don't miss the end of summer sale with great deals and rewards. Now until September 22nd.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Payday Peanut Caramel Bar. Get to it. That is the fastest traffic has ever moved in Los Angeles.
That is a fact, Jason.
Ever. Opening drive for USC ate up 6 minutes. They ended up with 3 points. For Michigan State, Robert, that's a win.
Yes, it is, and it's honestly an uncharacteristic drive. This is a fast-scoring, big play offense. So for them to put together such a long drive and only come away with 3, big for Michigan State, because that's exactly the kind of game they want. They want this to be 21-17, whereas USC is the second leading scoring team in the country. And this is not what they want. They got to score touchdowns in the red zone. Otherwise, they're going to allow Michigan State to play their style of football.
3 years ago, when USC went to the Pac-12 title game, they got into a real grinder in Corvallis with Jonathan Smith, then at Oregon State, his Beavers team. 17-14 the final score. Michigan State would take something like that in a heartbeat tonight.
Yes, they would.
McCray watches that go through the end zone. So tonight is interesting for Aiden Childs, the quarterback from here in Southern California. Downey High School, the Vikings, class of 2023. We asked him how many people you got here. He said, well, 100 family, but like 1,000 total who know me. He went off to Corvallis, Oregon, plied his trade with Oregon State with this very same coaching staff.
Yes, he did. And then what did he do? Went in the portal, found his way to East Lansing, Michigan. 8-7 as a starter there at Michigan State, followed his coach. And boy, oh boy, he's coming back here now where he grew up 15 miles from. And when we had him in our meetings this week, boy, oh boy, was he amped up and angry. He cannot wait to play this game.
Yeah, doesn't love the California teams. He'll hand it off on first down. It is Brandon Tullis, not Makai Frazier on the opening carry. We'll see Frazier, though. It's a gain of 1. Yeah, Aiden Child's a really confident young man, but man, that completion percentage has skyrocketed this year.
Yeah, it is. And when we talked to their offensive coordinator, Lindgren, he talked to us about how they drilled his pocket presence, his small movements in the pocket, not to get overly in one direction or the other because he's such a great athlete, and it's showing up in spades now with his pocket presence and the way that he is delivering the football to his receivers so far this year.
We'll watch those subtle movements in the pocket. You saw Marsh in motion. It's a throw, and it is over the middle to McCray, who ends up at the 33. This offensive line is going to have its hands full with a bunch of transfers for Michigan State against the USC defensive line. It's pretty good.
And Connor Moore, their right tackle. You don't normally highlight right tackles, but this guy on tape was so fun to watch. Watch him when he gets out in space on these outside zones. And then Nick Marsh. Simply put, this guy can drag 3 to 4 defenders into the end zone when he catches a slant in the red zone. He is exactly what you want from a wide receiver. Tough, gritty, and gets yards after the catch.
Big 3rd and 2 for his offense on its opening drive. Here is Makai Frazier trying to pick a hole, and he does get the first down. Eric Gentry, the linebacker with the long wingspan, wrapped him up, but Michigan State will be willing, you'd imagine, to sap some time off the clock. Although Jonathan Smith, their head coach, said to us, we got to be efficient on these drives. You can't just take time off the clock. Correct. That's a 0 on the scoreboard.
Jason, when I watched during the week, they're not running plays slowly on purpose. It's just their process. It reminds me of NFL teams. They're going to get out there. They're going to do formation shifts. They're going to huddle up. You don't see that in college football a lot, which is why they have been difficult to play against, because no one is seeing this anymore.
Play clock down to 2 on this snap, and we have a marker in. That they cannot afford. Looks like the left tackle, Stanton Ramil.
False start. Offense, number 65, 5-yard penalty, first down.
It's a big dude out of Binghamton, New York, Ramil.
Yeah, Stanton Ramil. You said that they can't afford to have those types of penalties, and it's because this offense has traditionally been a 3 yards in a cloud of dust on runs, and they want to use all 4 downs tonight. But when you get back behind the sticks, it forces them to become a drop-back passing team, which is not what they want to be.
They got a 1st and 15. There is a drop back for Aiden Childs. He'll spin it out wide in the first catch for Nick Marsh, dealing with the leg issue. He is tossed out of bounds by DeCarlos Nicholson. 14 sacks already for USC, most of the country.
Yes, and that was a massive problem for them last year.
And one note on those guys making the sacks, Cameron Crawford has changed his name from Cameron Fountain. It's a personal matter. He'd like to keep that to himself, but he's changed his name. So if you hear us say Crawford, that's why.
And of course, number 18, Eric Gentry, feel like he's been here for 17 years, 6'6" linebacker, and he can play anywhere on the field.
It's a short set. It's Marsh again. Just weaving into space and down to the 42-yard line. Kamari Ramsey the stop. Nick Marsh looked full go in warm-ups, and he is.
Yes, he did. You're going to see him run a slant here. Very easy. He's got outside leverage. Oh, okay. There's nobody here. I'll take that. Get vertical, and this is what he does best, is catch and run. Normally the first guy doesn't tackle him. Right there was no one on him, and he still breaks the tackle and gets a big gain.
He was 8th in the Big Ten last year. Marsh was in yards per catch at about 16. Giles rolling to his right, looks off the back, throws it downfield. It's a wide open Krishawn McCray. Touchdown, Michigan State. Oh, baby, what a start for the Spartans.
Just a really nice concept. You're going to see Krishawn McCray. This is what you call football IQ, people. He runs his sail route. He realizes that he's covered. He turns it up. This is not part of the play. Great job by McCray making the quarterback have an outlet there as he booted to the right.
How about those instincts for a guy who wasn't a wide receiver until his senior year of high school? He was a running back through his first couple of years in high school near Indianapolis. How about that?
That lets you know that he was in the wrong position, because this play right here is exactly what the Spartans needed.
Continental Hotels. Enjoy the local scenery without leaving your hotel Indigo. Stick to the agenda. Or experience something unexpected at Kimpton Hotels. Choose from 20 IHG hotel brands and earn points for free nights with IHG One Rewards.
Drop whatever you're doing right now. The Wendy's $8 JBC meal deal is here. That's 2 junior bacon cheeseburgers, medium fries, and a medium drink. So you better be on your way. Bacon waits for no one. The #1 deal for the #1 bacon cheeseburger, gotta be Wendy's.
Teen romances on Tubi will be free forever.
You mean I have to pick between Brad and Chad forever?
Chad? Who's Chad?
If Jerry knew football the way Tom Brady knows football, he would in no way be able to handle it. Tom Brady knowledge is 10 pounds of football in a 5-pound bag of Jerry.
Come on, Ryan. What are you doing? You gotta look off the safety before you...
When the safety rotates down, just rip the seam.
Nobody knows football.
Come on, we can do better.
Like Tom Brady.
It's not that hard.
I just love this play here from Brian Lindgren, the offensive coordinator for Michigan State. They're going to set the pocket, semi-roll, and then run a traditional 3-level throw for the quarterback. And what happens is Krishawn McCray sees the corner underneath and says, if you stay low, I'm going to go high. That's why it took Aiden Chiles so long to get to that throw. But that's a quarterback's dream when his receiver can see, hey, there's open space here. I'm going to go score a touchdown.
But also the readability of Aiden Chiles is something that they've talked about has improved substantially. He is seeing things develop before they do, and wasn't as much last year.
Correct. And you could almost see Aiden Chiles make that throw before McCray even turned up, because he could see it. He just was hoping his receiver saw it too.
Lemon on the return. He is very explosive. He keeps his feet and gets dragged down at the 27. And that's where USC will set sail, trailing 7-3. Jaden Mayava, the best offense by yardage in college football. Trying to get back on the board next.
I'm not really one for the spotlight, but there is some gravy to be had. You know, I always seem to get primo parking. But you don't have to be a VIP to get more than just savings with Geico. Every customer gets tip-top service with 24/7 fast, friendly claim support.
I never do this, but could I get a picture?
Yeah, it's not like you run into animal celebrities every day.
Stop. It's Doug the Pug. Doug.
I stand corrected.
I literally never do this.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
At Burger King, you write the rules of value.
You rule number 10, I mix and match my way. There's 7 tasty items, and I can get 2 for $5 or 3 for $7. That's all up to me.
The $5 duo or $7 trio. From Burger King classics to fan faves. Choose your deal.
What happens if... Too soft, too soft. Too strong.
There, soft and strong, perfectly balanced. Angel Soft.
Soft and strong, simple.
Style.
Brought me here to MSU and to Flint. I would say I'm somewhere between psychiatry, OB, and public health. I genuinely love it here because of the passion in the community and the opportunity to do things that matter.
Michigan State University.
Spartans will.
It's Fox College Football Friday.
Here we go.
TCU.
Touchdown.
Takes on Sam Levitt and Arizona State.
My goodness.
All eyes are on Friday night at 9 Eastern on Fox.
Three's Keys, part of our Keys to the Game, sponsored by Fairfield by Marriott, part of Marriott Bonvoy, a hotel brand for every kind of fan. You know, look what you did.
Yeah.
It's always a mystery what the theme's going to be. I think I have it this time.
Michigan State, it's old school. Run the clock, keep USC's offense off the field. For USC, daddy's home. Hit your big plays. Let them know whose house this is. And for both, it's shake and bake. It's runs, breaking tackles, and yards after the catch. They're going to make a huge difference in this game.
As we know, if you're not first, you're last. Eli Sanders across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12. Bring your green hat.
Yeah. Eli Sanders out there running like Frank the Tank, huh, Jason?
Yeah, see, I love Three's Keys now. There's always a theme, always a category.
Just trying to keep you on your toes, my brother.
Great. Not hard to do. First down for USC. Michigan State, like, if this is 3 or 4 drives total a quarter, I think they're thrilled.
Yeah, it plays right into their style of football like we mentioned before.
Sanders picking his way through. Eli Sanders inviting a collision with Nakai Martinez. Give him 16.
And this is the beauty. You're going to see this offensive line get out in front. You got 2 backs that can take it. You fake it to 1. Oh, and he takes it outside. They're cutting the defense by just getting out in front of them. And when you have 2 backs with the speed of Waymon Jordan and Eli Sanders, it's not thunder and lightning. It's lightning and lightning.
Don't say that with all the stoppages we've had in college football. Here's a throw to the sideline. Makai Lemon breaks free down the edge. USC second in the country in yards after catch per catch. 11 per. There's some.
And here's the thing. They're going to bring a corner blitz. Great recognition by Makai Lemon and also Jaden Mayava. Getting him the ball quick enough so where the safety Spencer cannot make a play. Great job there. Great recognition. Those guys are on it right now.
The explosiveness, you see the yards after catch per game. That's a first down after the catch per catch for USC. It's a handoff for Sanders again. He is very welcome to contact. Darius Snow with the stop, second down.
Just loving the backfield action right now. First, they had him go split. This time, they had Waymon Jordan be the leading blocker on the outside and Eli Sanders on the inside. They are giving them so many different versions of these run schemes.
Now Sanders split out wide, and he makes the catch at the 15. If you took the jersey colors away, you would think Michigan State is USC and USC's Michigan State based on the play calling so far.
Yes. And honestly, it all went back to the penalty that pushed Michigan State back, and they're like, all right, let's drop back and pass. They felt like Aiden Childs was in rhythm. Move the pocket, throw a touchdown. USC is making it a point to run the football, and right now, I believe they're 12th in the country when it comes to usage of 12 personnel, 1 back, 2 tight ends. And if you know a Lincoln Riley offense, that's when they're at their best, when they can use 12 personnel.
They're in there now. McCree and Lyons now run with Mayava. Jaden Mayava skates in. Touchdown. Misdirection mastery from Lincoln Riley and his quarterback.
That's the one thing with Jaden Mayava. You can never forget about his legs. Watch him. He's going to read the man on the end line of the scrimmage. He comes down, he pulls it, and nobody's there. Why is that, Jason Benetti? Because they've been handing it off to Waymon Jordan and Eli Sanders and gashing them up the middle. But when you have a quarterback like Jaden Mayava, who was a dual threat and still is, you always got to pay attention. Don't go to sleep. Otherwise, his feet will eat.
Oh, this is the right way to stay up tonight. These two offenses. That was a touchdown in less than 3 minutes. USC back in the lead. Here we go.
You my little boo thing, so I don't give a hoot what you do. Say, girl, I know you a little too tame. I be shooting.
With NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, Jason Kelsey can watch every game every Sunday, all in one place. But how much NFL in one place can he handle?
That's the
Payless. What have we done? NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. Every game, every Sunday, new users pay less.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Pacific Life, building confident futures for nearly 160 years. Last meeting between these two was the 1990 Sun Bowl in El Paso. The MVP, Courtney Hawkins, who's now the receivers coach for Michigan State. You don't see this game very often, but there's a distinct, city-state flavor between Sparta and Troy. It feels right that they would play, and you see the sideline. USC sideline look different this year.
Yes, it does. They over there getting crunk. You love to see that energy. You know, sometimes you rely on the fans and the stands to get you hype, but if you can have it just in your own cocoon of your team, that lets you feel good when you're on the field knowing that your boys are riding with you.
USC very quickly into the end zone for a touchdown, and it is McCray on the return from about the 5. And McCray, who had the touchdown earlier, a couple of hurdles here at the Coliseum, which has seen the Olympics. Back to the touchdown.
Yeah, we talked about 12 personnel, right? The 2 tight end looks, but the quarterback is going to be looking at the man line of scrimmage and also the linebacker at the second level. So when he comes down, quarterback is going to go around and watch how the second tight end at the top of the screen then blocks the linebacker just enough for Jaden Maiava to sneak into the end zone untouched. Beautiful play calling. You get lulled to sleep with the running backs and the 2 tight end sets, and all of a sudden, now you got to play 11-on-11 football, and that is a difficult thing for any defensive coordinator to have to deal with.
And it's why USC has been so dynamic offensively to start this year. Aiden Childs changing the play at the line. And he will hand it off, and that's not going anywhere. Tullis tripped up by the long arm of the law of Eric Gentry.
The long arm of the law, Eric Gentry. He's going to be all over the field. Look at him right here. Eats 6'6". He gets past the guard, gets into the backfield, and this team is averaging 10 tackles for loss per game early in this year, which is just astronomical. Second in the country because they see ball, see the gap, hit the gap, and this guy is playing linebacker better than anyone else in the country right now.
He's been here for so much football as they will hand it off again. This is straight up the gut, and Tullis. So why Gentry can trip up a running back is because his limbs go for days.
For days? Oh.
Look at this. 7 1/4.
He's the Slim Reaper of linebackers. Just put his arms out. We talk about this with guys like Kyle Hamilton, safety for the Baltimore Ravens. They can play so many different positions because of their length and their football IQ. I don't think there's anywhere on the field that Eric Gentry can't play.
3rd down and 3 for his defense. It's a toss to the left. Tau Tolliver is going to lean in to pick up the 1st down. He broke the tackle of Christian Pierce to get to the stick.
And it's a truck concept. They're going to try to down block here, and get the back out on the edge. And that's exactly what they do. It's not beautiful or perfect, but just enough to get him to the second-level defender who's unblocked. And it's the running back's job at that point to make him miss. He did just enough to get that 1st down.
He ran right into Bishop Fitzgerald, and we'll see if they get together again. If so, there will be an act 2 to whatever that was. 1st down, Michigan State. Play action. Childs loads a time, and he whistles it incomplete. There's a marker in at midfield.
It's going to be holding on the defense.
USC has 4 defensive holding or pass interference calls. That's tied for 111th in the country coming in.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense number 25, 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
It's on the redshirt freshman Marcellus Williams.
And they're running a play action concept with double crossers. So you're going to see right here as he tries to break away, he pulls that shoulder pad. Receivers fighting him off, but it was enough for the ref to say, all right, that was a little too much. What we typically say to DBs is, are they always holding? Most of the time, yes. But if you actually alter the receiver's path, that's when the refs are actually paying attention, and they will throw the flag.
this from our resident quarterback on defensive backs. Here's a throw. It is Kelly on a screen for a couple of yards.
What do you mean, Jason?
I mean, you think everybody's holding at all times and every pass is catchable. That's what I mean. You want me to be clear about it?
I am being an objective color analyst right now.
Sure. Second down and 8 for Michigan State, trailing by 3. Final play of quarter number 1. Nightfall in Los Angeles, and they're not even going to run a play. What an entertaining first quarter here, huh?
Yes.
2 3-0 teams in the Big Ten. We have what we bargained for. 10-7 USC. A long touchdown for McCray has Aiden Childs, the local product, in it against the Trojans.
Returns.
I need to be the doctor that I was. I will do whatever it takes.
Follow the journey as Felicity Huffman joins the cast.
Every path we choose comes with a price. What's wrong? I just had a memory.
Doc, season premiere, Tuesday on Fox.
Catching the killer isn't easy. Lucky for me, I got friends, and they got ideas. Buckle up. This one's a ride. This is 50 Ways to Catch a Killer. Streaming now on Fox Nation.
Is this thing on? Testing 1, 2, 3. Football at noon. Like clockwork.
Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson along with the quarterback.
Tokyo, Shanghai, Rome, Paris, Singapore, Lubbock. There is no time zone on Saturday. I made this myself from an apple juice box. You got barbecue back there? Look at those Crocs. And you didn't invite me? That's how it is. Right, Bill? Right? Yeah! Didn't even flinch. Unbelievable! Oh! Is that even a word? Noon. It's big noon everywhere. Look at these lunatics. These people need help.
So here we go.
Coach has been back and forth to start this game with scores on every possession. How can your team continue to build on this the rest of the way?
Well, I think, we're trying to continue to answer. We got to do a better job on defense in the run game. Try to limit explosive plays where they get the gains on the runs. And we'll take the first series where we got a red zone, kind of stop holding them to a field goal, but we got to stop the run better.
Appreciate the time, Coach. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Yeah, Eli Sanders, 6 carries, 51 yards for USC. The touchdown for Mayava on the ground. Jonathan Smith's team has the ball, second down and 8. A short first quarter, just 4 total possessions. This is the 4th in the game, and they'll run it with Tullis, and he goes down. It is Gentry again.
We told you, he sees the gap, he hits the gap. Right here, boom. As soon as they don't move to get out of it, he goes inside and comes right back out. A lot of times for linebackers, when they go back a gap, they get left behind the play. But because Gentry is very decisive and his length, he is able to still get back in phase and get the guy to the ground for a tackle for loss.
And his stamina is unbelievable. I mean, Deanna Lynn, the defensive coordinator, said he'd be an amazing soccer player because he just runs forever. You won't see him come off the field very much at all. 3rd and 9, Michigan State. Childs crumples in the pocket. Braylon Shelby is in there, among others. It's 4th down, Michigan State.
We call this a TT stunt. Inside, they're going to go here and knock each other's guys off the blocks. Boom, puts the shoulder into him, gets him free, and now they both get to join in on a half stack.
Tompkins and Shelby together just about the same time. That's the way you want it as a stunt.
It is,
right?
Because when the quarterback steps up in the pocket, he realizes there's nowhere to go. You gave him a false sense of security that he could use his legs.
Ryan Eckley is a major weapon, averaging 52 yards a punt. He sends that one back inside the 10-yard line, forcing a fair catch from Lemon. So Michigan State flips the field. USC has had a bunch of big plays already.
Join the more than 7 million adults like Chef Franklin.
Big deals right when you need them. Car Gurus. Download the app today.
Valvoline Restore and Protect. A first-of-its-kind innovation that returns pistons to factory clean by removing up to 100% of deposits. Restore your engine to perform like new. Restore and Protect. Another first from Valvoline.
And they're off. It's not about finishing first. You just can't come in last.
No time to rest.
This is interesting. Oh, no. It's like a weird car wash.
Just do your best.
99 to Beat series premiere this Wednesday on Fox.
USC and Michigan State. Drive number 5 of our ball game. Are you not entertained? Mayava to throw right down the middle, right on target. Makai Lemon across the 30-yard line. And a first down. He still didn't get tackled. 5 boys from Sparta there weren't able to make the tackle.
Just watch Jaden Mayava's eyes here. Down the middle, puts it on the money. Bodies up his receiver there, like we call that a face shot, right on his face so he can protect himself with that spin away from the safety. His ball placement has been superb all season long.
You see DJ Jordan, the freshman, in motion there. It's a run, and it is Jordan. They're averaging 7.5 yards a carry. To your point on ball placement, how important is that to the yards after the catch for this team?
Oh, it's everything. If you can hit your receivers in stride, or at least give them the type of throw that they can stay on balance and continue to get upfield, it's going to add to the yak yardage. But when we talked to Jaden Mayava this week, he said he really wanted to focus on the intermediate passing game. And right there you saw it. It's the trust to layer the ball over linebackers before the safeties can get there, and he showed it off on that throw.
Nice touch. Jordan in motion twice. Mayava tried to throw a screen, and it got tipped. Tipped at the line. Looked like Jalen Thompson got the hand up, and it's 3rd down at 5.
Yeah, you talk about Jalen Thompson. He's going to push offensive tackle right back into the quarterback. Sometimes when you can't get around him, you just got to shove them into him, get a hand up, play volleyball, and knock the ball down. That puts them here in 3rd and medium when that screen looked like it was going to go for about 15.
Junior out of Cass Tech in Detroit, as King Miller, the freshman running back for Calabasas, has checked in for USC. Mayava steps up, drops it off right over the middle. Lake McCree got absolutely drilled. Michigan State says they have the football, and we will see what the officials say. Let's see as they unpack the pile. McCree's got the football. Jordan Hall had the hit. Let's listen in.
It's a completed pass, first down. Plays under further review for potential targeting.
There is a possible targeting foul as well. Ron Snodgrass is our referee. Take a look here on the catch by McCree.
So you see the catch, then there's the hit to the head. The question here is if he is considered a defenseless receiver.
Then you're looking for the launch.
Correct.
And then the forcible contact to the head or neck area. You could also have, in a situation like this, the crown of the helmet as well.
Yes.
That's playable.
And honestly, for Jordan Hall, that would be a massive blow to this Michigan State defense if he is out of the game and this is called targeting.
Mike Pereira is with us. There are 2 possible targeting usages here. Mike, what do you see?
Well, I think this is the defenseless player targeting element that we're looking at, because even though he has got control of the ball and completed the catch, he still has the element of time to where he's considered defenseless until he can actually protect himself. So to me, I think he's defenseless, and I think it's the contact of the head area. I think this falls into the category of targeting.
Mike, while we're at it, will you give the folks who are up with us tonight the definition of the crown of the helmet, just in case that comes up later?
Crown of the helmet is really 6-inch radius, so you're only talking about the very top of the helmet. So you're not dealing with crown here, but when it is a defenseless player, you're just talking about, you know, do you have an indicator? Are you leading with the helmet? Are you making contact of the head or neck area? And so that's what they're looking at.
Personal foul targeting defense number 5. The hit up to a defenseless player. 15-yard penalty. First down. Number 5 is disqualified.
Maybe the most important piece of this. Yeah, thank you, Mike. Exactly right. You see on the back of Hall's helmet, there's a green dot on there. That means he's a communicator to the sideline. So he is their leader, we know that, but he's also a major communicator for this defense as well. And, you know, talking to Jordan Hall, we know how important his leadership is to this team. He's grown in that area so much. Now they're without him, Robert.
Yes, and it's also the fact that we'll talk about it more after this snap, but him being out of the game on that play is crushing for this Michigan State defense.
Maiava going downfield, right on the money for Lemon. A zesty 40-yard touchdown.
You called it zesty. You're not going to see him here, but he's running what we call a spear route from the slot all the way across the formation. Play action keeps the safeties down. They don't have enough time to get back, and then it's just a layered, easy throw over the top. Sometimes you got lemons, and you got to make lemonade right there. That was a very easy throw for the quarterback, and Makai Lemon is showing you exactly how dynamic he can be as a playmaker.
Yards after the catch. Could have gone all the way to Redondo on that one. 17-7. USC, the top-end speed of Makai Lemon, a major factor for the Trojans. Lemon touchdown.
Yeah, and there's a lot here, but I want you to watch the safety, Malik Spencer, as the tight end runs this hook route, and they run the play action underneath. Watch his eyes. His eyes go from the play action to the quarterback and the running back, stepping up, and then to the tight end. That opens up this whole part of the field back here because there's no one to protect the safety that is covering Makai Lemon. And the really special point here is they just lost their green dot player in Jordan Hall.
Yep.
And what does Lincoln Riley do? He takes a shot on a play that requires massive communication amongst the entire defense. Their player goes out, their main guy, the guy that's communicating everything and gets everyone aligned, they attack that immediately. That is how you play chess, ladies and gentlemen.
Brilliant, brilliant. The new player was Isaiah Moa, who is a transfer from BYU, has played some this year, but not in a starting role, as Michigan State will have the football after the touchback. You see, this USC team has a totally different energy about them.
And it all starts with the running game. You hear people say this all the time. If a running game is a quarterback's best friend. But what it really does to a defense is it makes them focus on fitting their gaps, stopping the run, and now makes the pass game secondary for them. And when you have players like Makai Lemon who can play inside and out and get big plays over the top, all they need is an inch. And they got it there.
What's funny is they did churn out a running back to the NFL this past year. Woody Marks is in Houston with the Texans as Childs drops it off into space and is going to go for maybe 3. It's Makai Frazier. Give him 2. It'll be second down and long coming up. And you see the speed on the edge, even from the defensive linemen for USC.
Yeah, and I think, you know, when you look at this defense over the past 3 to 4 years, one of the things that has been really against them is want to. And I feel like D'Anton Lynn has gotten guys that want to represent what USC football is all about. And they're getting back to that USC defense of the glory days because these guys up front are talented and they're making plays.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Jakeem Stewart just had one of those plays in Tecmo Bowl where you call the right defense. He just burst right through.
Yeah, Jakeem Stewart, whoop, whoop, right there, inside move, almost takes the guy's leg out and he almost tackled the quarterback and the running back at the same time.
When's the last time you saw that?
I don't know, maybe LT.
Right?
Yeah.
That's wild. You talk about want to?
That is want to, ladies and gentlemen.
3rd and 11, they'll show pressure. See how many come here for USC. Gentry up at the line. 2 to snap it for Michigan State. They'll back off. They just get it off, and it's a rush of 3 and a delayed rush as well. Childs on the run, tried to duck inside. There he is again, Gentry, who could have been a really good baseball outfielder as well, with a tremendous tackle.
Yeah, and you're going to watch Eric Gentry here. He's going to drop into coverage. Just watch this. Eyes on the QB, drops into coverage. Hey, he steps up in the pocket. I step up, I close the space, and then he just makes the tackle. Doesn't go for the fake, and you even saw the football IQ there of him trying to punch the ball out as he goes for the tackle. So impressed watching this young man on tape all week. And I know he's been here for like 17 years, but he's made the most of it and playing at a high level.
Come on, his first year was 22. He also played at Arizona State, by the way.
Michigan State, their first.
Timeout, Michigan State.
32nd timeout.
All right, we'll be back in 30 seconds. 4th down for Michigan State. Jaden Mayava and USC is cooking right now. For all you young announcers, that's what it would sound like if you were to toss it to break.
Yes. And
just putting it on tape.
You gotta let them know that you can do it, and then also let them know that you can come back and recover it.
You just stabilize the landing. Don't mention it at all, like I didn't. And it's punt time for Michigan State.
You are the best, man.
I said we'd be back in 30 seconds. We're actually back in 12 seconds.
Hey, better to be quick than late, right?
Eckley to punt it away. This is a big possession coming up for Michigan State's defense. Eckley hits another boomer and a fair catch. It's a 58-yard punt. So now that we brought the simulated pressure to break, here comes the actual blitz.
Ice bath.
Mike's feeling that.
Oh, he felt every single bit of it.
I love it. USC backed up again. They're at the 11. No harm last time. They drove 93 yards, and they'll do it on the ground. Jordan bursts through to the 46. 35-yard run.
Just misdirection. Got one guy going here, got the tight end coming across McCree, and then it's just the offensive line moving. Those big bodies up front don't get the love they deserve all the time, but Waymon Jordan was following them. Big gain right there.
Mayava, quick set, going for the sideline, incomplete. A little bit of contact from Hughes on Jay Fair, the transfer from the aforementioned Auburn Tigers. And it's 2nd down coming up.
This was a situation where Mayava actually threw this ball to throw Fair open. He was running a go ball, and Mayava saw that there was some space out to the sideline and was expecting him to adjust. Now, if that was Jacoby Lane, his traditional starter, I think they would have made that play. That's something that they're having to deal with a little bit in the receiving corps with more new guys playing right now.
Jacoby Lane out for the ball game, as Alexa reported off the top of the show. By the way, Wayne Matthews, number 10 in white, now is wearing the green dot to communicate with the targeting call against Hall as Makai Lemon goes to the ground into Spartan territory to set up a 3rd and 4.
Nice job there by Makai Lemon going down and making that catch. It just feels like every time we call his name, he's making a play. And it seems like a little thing, but getting to 3rd and 4 opens up the entire offense for Lincoln Riley. They can even run the football here and potentially use it as a 4-down situation, as they have 2 tight ends here in the game again.
Both at the bottom of the formation, Lyons and McCree. Mayava wants it over the middle. It's tipped again. That was Moa who got the hand up. It's 4th and 4.
Yeah, you're going to see Moa come right down the middle of this formation. They got to overload pressure here, but the one-on-one with the center, he gets through, gets his hands up. Like they say, if you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up to knock the ball down, because if he didn't, this was going to be a completion and a moving of the chains right there to tight end Walker Lyons.
USC is perfect on 4th down this year. They're going to go for it. They're 4 for 4. 4th and 4. Catch and spin. Lemon gets trucked, and he might be short. He had the ball behind him. Malcolm Bell hit him, and Michigan State holds the line. What a big hit to turn him around and finish the deal.
First down.
They talk about when you come in, you got to make sure you go and attack the near side hip. And right here, Malcolm Bell, a corner, comes in, hits the ball. They ricochet. Look how many Michigan guys we have here. 5 Michigan State guys here. Oh, be clear.
Yeah, it's late at night, but social media still works.
5 of those guys all there to make the play. How do you stop offenses? You make sure your guys run to the ball. You could tell they wanted to be the first ones to make USC not convert a 4th down and get their offense back on the field.
Think about this. Not only does Michigan State get a stop, Michigan State gets the ball after halftime. That is a big change in this game. Play action for Childs. They'll step up, those subtle movements into a big movement. Tuck and run on a barrel roll like he was on fire to the 47-yard line.
You know, they say as a quarterback, you got to protect yourself, but child, please, what are you doing here?
Childs, please.
You see his eyes down the field. He's trying to get down and protect himself without the slide. No one to give you backup too many times, because sometimes you get hit right in the middle of it and it can throw some spasms. Maybe that's just me as a 35-year-old talking, though.
Oh, yeah, you're so elderly. I mean, come on. 2nd and 2. It is Frazier changing direction and turning it upfield all the way to the 31-yard line. Bishop Fitzgerald knocked him down from behind, gain of 15 and some momentum for the Spartans.
The one thing I was so impressed with Frazier is his vision. He's going to come down here and bounce it all the way back outside because he sees Cameron Crawford fold underneath. And when you're running back, you got to get to space. That's how you eat. Frazier, when you watch him on tape, his cutback ability is his best attribute. They love the fact that they have him tonight.
You mentioned Crawford. Just in case you weren't with us at the beginning of the game, Cameron Fountain has changed his last name to Cameron Crawford. So if you're a USC fan, you're used to hearing that name. It's Crawford now, wearing number 1 at the bottom of the formation there. Quick hitter, and that is actually a backward pass. It is Kelly on the throw, and he gets it down the field somehow on a busted play to Masunis, the tight end. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, that's not really how you want it to go. But Aiden Childs kind of, hey, is that backwards?
It was.
Backwards pass hits the ground. Omari Kelly picks the ball up, showing us that he has a little bit of poise, doesn't panic, gets that pass to Michael Masunis. Hey, man, whatever works. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and right there they were both.
They told us they have a bunch of guys who aren't quarterbacks who can throw it. I don't know that they meant that on a one-hopper. Okay.
Going on the field is a completed pass. Plays under further review.
2 things to look at. 1, was it a backward pass initially? Looked like it. 2, did Masunis get the foot down while in control of the ball and completing the catch?
Well, the first one, it was definitely a backwards pass. We can see this here. And then it's just a matter of where are his feet? Boom, balls in hand, caught. Is the foot down? Well, Anthony Lucas is blocking it for the most part, so we couldn't see a ton there. But right there, it looks like foot is down before the other foot comes down. He's got control of the football. Yeah, that's a catch.
Looks like it.
I think the right foot's down, wouldn't you? If you'd like me to.
We would love for you to. Mike Pereira. Mike, what do you have?
Well, I think the one thing is when you look at the sideline, the right foot, as you see there, it's down on the ground when he first gets control. So I think ruling on the field of a catch, I don't see anything that could change this. And also it is clearly a backward pass. So well officiated play, in my opinion.
Mike, is that the first time an analyst has ever telestrated for you?
Robert was like Robert, that's the coolest thing I've ever had happen to me in all my life. But honest, you blew it for me because I was going to tell everybody I telestrated that.
Sorry, Mike.
Next review, the ruling on the field is upheld. First down.
Really, as Mike said, well officiated. That's a tough play to do right, and this crew nailed it.
And Mikey P, I'm an active listener, so I'm listening to what you're saying, and hey, he got the tiptoe down, and that's all you need.
Coolest thing ever happened in his life. He's lived a way more interesting life than that. First down, Michigan State at the 19 after a fourth down stop of Makai Lemon. Childs to throw. He'll swing it out wide for Kelly. Turning upfield again. And he's across the 10-yard line. It'll be first and goal for Michigan State.
I just love this because Omari Kelly is the one that's making the play. But watch Nick Marsh here. Burst off the ball, block for his guy, and get 2 blocks to give his guy an opportunity to get down the field, catch the ball, be protected. When receivers block in the running game, in the screen game, it makes everything that much better. And when your best player is doing it, it makes everybody else come on board.
It's a reverse and a pass, and that gets absolutely smoked. Kelly wanted to get it to Childs, and he didn't.
I mean, if he gets this to Childs, Childs might walk in for a touchdown. But you're gonna see Anthony Lucas right here off the edge. Childs is going to toss this ball. He runs around, and because he is violently running, no receiver wants to see a free runner at them when they have to throw the football. Now, it looks like Omari Kelly knows how Aiden Childs feels when we got one of those big 300-pounders coming barreling down on us.
That might change the huddle a little bit next time. Second down and goal. Frazier, the tailback. He's met again and stonewalled by Stewart. Jakeem Stewart is acting like he knows the playbook for Michigan State.
Yes, he is. Jakeem Stewart is living in the backfield right now, firing off the ball. You're going to see him right here get inside. And remember, he tried to tackle 2 people like Aaron Donald back in the day. He tried to tackle 3 right here. He is not worried about who has the ball. Anybody that's in his way, he is blowing through.
Freshman out of the state of Louisiana is showing up tonight. Third and goal for the Spartans. Childs wants it. He's clapping for it. 1 second, gotta go. They do. Childs feeling the pressure. He throws it near side for McCray. It's incomplete. Christian Pierce had the coverage. It is fourth down and goal. They sped up the clock on him.
Yeah, they sped up the clock on him. And once again, who is it? The guy right here, Anthony Lucas. Hey, they've been yelling on him because he hasn't gotten a lot of sacks. But what he is doing is creating pressure and making the quarterback have to throw the football before he is ready. Because you're going to see McCray on the outside. He has an opportunity to be open. And Childs is trying to get it to him on his outside shoulder. If he had 0.3 seconds longer to make that throw, it's a touchdown.
Instead, it's a 29-yard field goal for Martin Connington of the state of Idaho, and he slices that one through. Perfect so far for Michigan State kicking-wise. Connington makes it a 1-score game, and we're back in 30 seconds.
Dad, I'm a genius. I figured out how to make us penguins fly.
That's going to be tricky without wings.
Exactly. That's why I've got Red Bull. It gives you wings. All we have to do is drink it.
And how?
Come on, Dad, just drink it. But why?
Why? It's 40 degrees below. Do you think we're standing here for fun? Red Bull gives you wings. But only if you drink it.
Aww.
So USC gets stopped on fourth down in plus territory by a hair. Then Michigan State knocks off nearly 4 minutes from the second quarter clock. And Jonathan Smith's team is within 7 on the field goal from Connington. So 8 plays, 44 yards. They haven't had much offensively so far. 136 total yards, about half of USC. But situational football has played out well to this point.
And it's about playing complementary football as well. When your offense isn't doing it, the defense has to step up. When the defense isn't doing it, the offense has to step up. They are giving Michigan State fans a reason on the East Coast to stay up and watch this game. We're seeing 2 teams that want to prove that they are for real. And we'll see how USC responds here.
With a Makai Lemon kickoff return from inside the end zone. Lemon hops through. Lemon keeps his feet, and he goes down at the 23-yard line. Start your Saturday strong next week. Big noon Saturday. USC looking for maybe the chance to stay unbeaten. We'll see how this thing plays out. They'll be in Champaign to take on a very salty Illini team after today against Indiana. Live from Champaign, big noon kickoff, 10 a.m. Eastern time, then USC, Illinois, only on Fox. There are 2 markers down on that return
After the
late.
Play, unsportsmanlike conduct, USC number 22, his first of the game, 15-yard penalty, first down.
It's a huge penalty. 15 yards against USC, so that return will take them back all the way inside the 20 for sure. See where they spot it. Sims called for the penalty for USC, and so they're back at the 11. And here we go with a run. It is Sanders, and he is in the wash. Isaac Smith knocks him down. It's no gain. Michigan State gets the ball after halftime. A stop here would be enormous.
It would, and you talk about situational football. The reason that penalty is so huge is because Jonathan Smith is always aware of the field position game that you have to play. So it's not just a stop here, but it's a stop deep in their own territory, which is going to give them the football around the 40 to 50-yard line if their defense can hold.
Mayava down the middle. Incomplete. It's a big hit from Malik Spencer again, dislodging it from McCree. It's third down.
Yeah, McCree is going to run what we call just a deep over route, and you're going to see Spencer right here. See ball, get to the ball, hit the guy, make him feel you, and do it the right way. He's had a couple teach tape hits today, Jason, where these receivers are in a vulnerable position, but he's not getting hit with a targeting call. All young DBs, make sure you watch how Malik Spencer is playing this, because he's doing it to a T.
A Georgia native, is senior for Michigan State, sets up a 3rd and 10. Mayava off a stunt up front. They get there. Mayava releases, and he's got it for Richardson. And let's see where the spot is. They are going to give it to him. It's a first down to the 21 and a half.
Oh, just a 6-up look, and you're going to see Jaden Richardson push vertical, sit down, run inside, and come back to the football at a negative angle. Oh, my goodness. As a quarterback, I just love to see that, Jason, because you know if that receiver doesn't come back at that negative angle, it makes the throw more dangerous, and it could become a catch incompletion from a deflection. Really nice job there by Richardson.
Lemon lined up, and he led into a block situation. Jordan on the run up the sideline. Makai Lemon was just in the middle of all that, in the fray, chucking defensive backs and linebackers. It's a gain of 5.
Yeah, like I said, if your best receivers are willing to block, it makes the rest of your team better. So Makai Lemon brings his guy in man coverage in to go block the inside backer who was in man coverage on Waymon Jordan. They got their key in their tail to say that it was man coverage, and that's why that play worked for them.
2nd and 5 for USC. Pivotal drive for the Trojans before halftime. Mayava keeps it. Mayava cuts back inside. He was running behind King Miller, the freshman tailback, and Williams the stop. It'll be 3rd down and 3.5 for USC.
Jason, right now this USC offense has Michigan State's defense eyes everywhere. Misdirection, pulling the offensive line, quarterback coming out the other side. We'll see if that continues to pay dividends for them on this drive as they try to get points.
We'll see what they call on 3rd down next.
Everything you have built.
So what are we gonna do about it?
I'm gonna break his jaw in 6 places.
Who says you're not romantic?
This could be the greatest opportunity in my life. and it comes with danger. Is that a ghost? I bet ain't nobody seen that coming.
Tulsa King, new season streaming soon, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Welcome to Visible, the ultimate wireless hack. It's one line, powered with unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Now just $19 a month for 1 year, guaranteed. Stream, scroll, browse, and connect with great coverage. Plus unlimited hotspot included. That's a top-tier network at a budget-friendly cost. But you already knew all that, didn't you? For a limited time, get Visible for $19 a month for 1 year, guaranteed.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Allstate. You are in good hands. The Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, Michigan State and USC meeting for the first time since 1990. Michigan State hasn't won in the Pacific time zone in like 7 decades. USC just won a game out east for the first time in 13 years. First time since 2012, just barely in the Eastern time zone in West Lafayette, but it makes it. And so Michigan State trying to provide time zone roulette for all of the note takers. Jordan, the tailback, 3rd and 3 for the Trojans here. Big play for the Spartan defense. Lemon in motion. Throw it that way. Makai Lemon, catch and run. Mid-stride, he zips down the field. Gain of 17. Boy, that was totally in rhythm.
Yes, it was. And you talk about yak yardage, right, Jason? This is why they're able to get that yak yardage. Watch the ball placement on this. Hits him in stride, never has to break anything, gets out in front. They use the man coverage on the motion so that the guys know who they need to block. Masterclass play calling right there from Lincoln Riley.
2 sharp cuts from Jordan there. It's a gain of 9 on a first down run. And we'll see how USC plays this time-wise. We're moving down to a minute 40.
And I'm noticing in the backfield, all these running backs for USC are standing like Ashton Genty did last year, like Michael Myers, straight up and down in the backfield.
That's terrifying. Outside, Jordan down the sideline. Manny Hurdle.
You're going to see him, but look, he's standing right there, straight up and down like Michael Myers, and then guess what? He becomes the boogeyman. Gets the ball, breaks the tackle like Lincoln Riley told us this week. His guys are going to have to run through the trash, run through the arm tackles. Right there, Waymon Jordan, as they call him, Waymo, did exactly that.
Rolling on the field was a first down. The plays under further review for potential targeting.
Possible targeting on the play. Okay. There's a hit at the tail end of the play. It looks like it's Joshua Eaton, number 7. Watch at the bottom of your screen. Him leaning in here.
And here's the thing, Jason. When we saw the targeting called on Jordan Hall, the receiver was going down.
Yeah. Eaton has no idea where his radius is.
Yeah, so Mike, how do the refs judge it when the receiver is going down and it changes the launching point or the aiming point for the defender who's going for the tackle?
Well, the total responsibility is on the defense. They have to adjust. But to me, this is not targeting. Now, you could maybe say he gets to the defenseless player protection because he's on the ground, but I don't really see an indicator.
Targeting on the play. It's first down.
And really nothing. I'm even a little surprised that they even stopped this to look at it.
Mike, thank you. We agree.
I agree. Yeah, totally.
This has been a very well officiated game so far. That was probably overcautious, but they took a look, and to their credit, they got through the review very quickly.
It didn't take 5 minutes.
Don't start. From the 24. Mayava and USC willing to take some time here. They have 3 timeouts. They're in control of the steering wheel here. It's a toss. It is Sanders. Eli Sanders, first and goal for the Trojans.
I want you to watch how they isolate.
Dunnigan and Martinez are both down. Quindarius Dunnigan, the senior, and then Nakai Martinez, who came here from UCF to Michigan State, and they're going to both have to get checked on.
Oh.
You're watching the replay here on your own screen.
And it's Spartan on Spartan crime here. You're going to, I was talking about how they isolate Dunnigan here on the end line of the scrimmage. Freeze him. Hey, pitch it out. He comes to the quarterback. Now watch as he starts to pursue, and he's trying to tackle Eli Sanders. He runs right into Martinez, helmet to helmet. Both of those guys, we pray that they're okay, but this is why some of the targeting calls have been, it's been such an emphasis, because we want to protect these guys from themselves, and those helmet-to-helmet hits, they're like mini car accidents. So,
and the cumulative effect along with these big hits, it's all rough.
At Fairfield, every moment of a perfect game day shapes your fandom. Whether it's stepping out with your crew, grabbing the fuel you need to support your team, or getting that flawless assist from a fellow fan. Be ready. Wherever the season takes you, Marriott Bonvoy has a hotel brand for every kind of fan. Official hotel partner of the NCAA.
Dunnigan coming off, so is Martinez. 17-10 your score. Thank goodness they're both up and moving. By the way, one clarification on the Pacific Times, that's a regular season game. Michigan State has been out here for the Rose Bowl.
Gotcha.
But regular season game, just in case you got your time zone bingo card.
Understood.
First and goal for USC. Yeah, it's another run. It is Jordan. And he is down to the 8. It's a timeout, Michigan State. They'll have one remaining.
Charge timeout, Michigan State. They're second. This is a 30-second timeout.
That gives us an opportunity to give you our game summary, sponsored by Pacific Life. Building confident futures for nearly 160 years. Splash. So far, Aiden Childs 7 for 8. They haven't run the ball very well. USC is doing everything well offensively to this point.
And we talked about this at the beginning of the broadcast. Aiden Childs didn't need to come in here and try to do too much and be Superman and take all of the pressure on his shoulders. He just needed to be efficient. And right now they're in a one-score game. They need their defense to come up big for them right here with a stop, because they get the ball out of halftime. But I've been extremely impressed, Jason, with USC's commitment to running the football. It's almost as if they're trying to prove a point to the rest of the Big Ten that this is a different USC team, and their mental makeup and their toughness might be where it needs to be for them to compete in the Big Ten.
Yeah, and they have been more run than pass for the first time so far, as Matthews is down in the Lincoln Riley era. First time they've been more run than pass. But Wayne Matthews, who took over the green dot for the ejected by targeting Jordan Hall, Matthews is down, and it's getting very thin in that linebacker room for Michigan State. And we hope Matthews is all right down on the field. Wayne Matthews, a senior from the state of Maryland by way of Old Dominion. 17-10, we'll step aside.
Whoa, nobody inside. I already told your buddies, a lot of violations here. Way too many occupants in a single dwelling, 8 exotic animals. That's 8 too many. Then I found a pickup truck in the kitchen.
That's on me.
But I just got here.
Back it up, Brooke.
Take it up with the city, fellas!
Wayne Matthews is down on the field. Down on the field for Michigan State. The linebacker is injured, and they are quickly bringing out the stretcher to help get him off the field.
Man. This is the worst part of football. Physically demanding sport. But look at the sportsmanship you see. It's a brotherhood, and we don't want to see anybody go down. We're praying for Wayne Matthews III and his family right now.
It's his second year at Michigan State, former Old Dominion player, and he was on the field 1 year at Old Dominion for 936 snaps, top 5 in the FBS that year. Just in terms of total snap count, he is a rugged linebacker who has played a lot of football in his career, and it is just so scary that one moment when you've played thousands upon thousands of snaps and you're one of those people who's on the field just at all times, and then something like this happens and it just hits everybody. You see the eyes of all the players, Robert. I mean, I know you've experienced it on the field. What are the players, what are the thoughts going through their minds?
Every player on the field right now, it's bigger than football. We understand the harm that we're putting ourselves in and the sacrifices that we have to make. So we all want to compete, we all want to win, but we don't want to see each other go down. And I know in those players' minds right now, they're not worried about the score of this game. They're not worried about anything other than their brother being okay. And you can see it from the USC side as well. It's a sign of respect because we respect what it takes to be on that field. And we all want everybody to walk off of it at the end of the day healthy.
Wayne Matthews, the injured player, the senior linebacker for Michigan State. And they are working quickly to help him off the field. It was something of a nondescript play, and then pretty immediately it was clear that Wayne Matthews was going to need to be helped off the field, and we're thinking about everybody down there right now. And Wayne Matthews centrally.
You could see the big fella, the 55, Ben Roberts, getting emotional there as he watched his brother as they're lifting him up now and putting him on the cart. These guys are bonded. It's not just by the logo on the side of their helmet. They're bonded in battle. They're bonded through the training, through the journey. And you see his teammates surround him. And they're going to go out there and play for him for the rest of the night.
How do you then play these 42 seconds? And then the second half, Robert?
It's tough. You know, we saw this with the DeMar Hamlin situation a few years ago. It is very difficult for a football player to have that human element after something like this happens to someone that is so near and dear to their heart. But it is required, and it is part of the job description to go out there and continue to play. Now, if they didn't have a reason to come out here on the West Coast and win, they certainly got one for their brother. And you see them praying for his safety and his well-being moving forward.
Ben Roberts right in the middle of that huddle for Michigan State. See the Michigan State officials talking to Wayne Matthews.
Man.
It all just stops. And it is such a violent sport, as you've said. But these moments, and we saw it in a Detroit Lions Atlanta Falcons preseason game where the two teams came together and decided that they just weren't going to play. That's an exhibition. That's a different situation than this. But you see the sheer humanity and the connectivity from person to person. At this point, it's not Trojans and Spartans. It's not green and white versus USC. It's not West Coast versus Midwest. It's not. It's none of that. It's just people. You see the face of Dunnigan over there, and just having a moment with Wayne Matthews.
People forget that football players, these stars that you see on TV that these kids at home look up to, they're human. And there's such a human element to bonding as a team that when you see a guy like that go down, even when you're on the other team, it hits you. It affects us all. And I just want to lift up Wayne Matthews III right now and pray that God keeps his angels encamped around him and his family as he works through this process. And for all of us who are watching and the players on the field, that they're able to see this through, because something this scary really can impact the psyche of all the players on the field. And I wouldn't blame them.
Oh, for sure. The game situation just feels something much farther away than secondary right now for everybody. And you see the thoughtfulness on the faces of both Spartans and Trojans. And it's, I would imagine, as a player, stunning, Robert, when something like this happens.
You always know it's a possibility because of the physicality and the dangerousness of the game. But it's nothing you ever want to see happen.
Now we're going to play second and goal. That's Mekhi Lemon in motion. And it is a throw. Mayava back of the end zone. It's a touchdown. Tanook Hines puts it away for his first touchdown. The freshman from Houston gives USC a 23-10 lead.
And watch all the misdirection. These guys right here have their eyes in the backfield. They're watching this. They're watching the fake. They're watching the tight end come across. And Tanook Hines sneaks behind them because of all of that misdirection that we talked about. Their eyes are all over the place, that they lose track of the guys that are entering their zones in the passing game. Beautiful play call. Nice play there from the freshman Tanook Hines.
Extra point is good. USC makes it 24-10 with 37 seconds in the second. We're back at 30. And linebacker Wayne Matthews go down. And you know, you're facing a high-powered offense. That's just it's an awful spot to be in.
It's a very
awful spot.
I agree, Jason. It's a very awful spot to be in. And now for their offense coming out with 37 seconds, they've got to try to find a way to get points going into the half.
One timeout left. And McCray in the end zone for a touchback. So Aiden Childs in Michigan State, 37 seconds. You get the ball on a halftime, do you? Do you try here? Do you try to throw it?
If I'm Michigan State and offensive coordinator Brian Lindgren, I'm going to run one of my high percentage run plays, see how it works out. If we get a good 7 to 10 yard gain, we're rolling. We got one timeout. If not, I'd let the clock run down and let our guys reset in the locker room.
Childs to throw. He is going to step through. Childs lost his feet to the 29-yard line. And he will get up quickly. 25 seconds. They are going to use that timeout.
Timeout, Michigan State.
Mornings may never be the same. El Presidente, Big Cat, PFT, rest of the Barstool Sports Group with their own special twist on sports talk. Wake Up Barstool, weekdays, 8 a.m. Eastern on FS1. So a little conversation for Deanne Lynn, the defensive coordinator for USC here. 2nd and 6. Michigan State has a long way to go, Robert, with no timeouts.
Yeah, they got a really long way to go, and I feel like if you were going to throw the football there on first down, you would want to get a play that's going to get you out of bounds so you don't have to burn that timeout so quickly. But now with 24 seconds, 2nd and 6, get a first down, the clock will stop, you can get back to the line and run plays quickly, but you're going to need a big chunk here.
Low snap. Childs wants that big chunk to the outside and incomplete for Marsh. Braylon Conley, the freshman, was in coverage. Now USC has 3 timeouts. I mean, if they really wanted to create situational carnage, they could call one after a Michigan State run here, but we'll see how the Spartans call it.
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about on the first play. Like, run the football, give yourself a chance to see how it's going to play out. Now, with it being 3rd and 6, you're almost forced to throw the football and try to get the first just so USC doesn't get another chance to get points.
3rd and 6. Here comes Shelby around the edge. Childs will roll, and he will throw, and he throws down the field, and he's got it for Kelly. So Omari Kelly ends up in USC territory and a first down.
Yeah, Omari Kelly is going to run a sail route from the number 3 spot. And these guys are doing a really good job of seeing coverage and understanding, hey, I got to maybe make an adjustment to my route. Aiden Childs throws him open there. We saw that on the touchdown earlier in the game when they ran what looked like a sail pump, a sail and go. Nice job. Now they're out of harm's way, and they can continue to be aggressive to try to get at least 3 here.
Got to be the sideline. Childs feels the pressure, steps through it, says go downfield, and then wings it out of bounds with 3 seconds to go in this first half. Connington's long is 50 so far. They feel comfortable giving it a run here, maybe 55, we'll see. Usually they have an 8-yard operation. This will be 56 for Connington to make it an 11-point game at halftime. And USC, I believe, is going to ice him.
Charge timeout, USC, their first. 30-second timeout.
Dave Aranda and Baylor tried to do that right before we hit the air, and Arizona State ended up with a victory in a wild game just before us. USC up 24-10, and their defense played well behind Eric Gentry.
Yes, he has been diagnosing everything that Michigan State has thrown at them. You talk about his wingspan. You talk about his ability to make plays because of that wingspan, getting down on the legs, going back behind offensive linemen on blocks, and then, of course, in coverage, but not just that, getting the quarterback, who is a dynamic scrambler, down to the ground in open space. How many times do we see linebackers shoot their shot in those situations and miss? Yep. Eric Gentry hasn't missed all night long. He's a big reason why this USC defense is playing so well.
That's Kamari Ramsey all the way back for a possible return here. Connington from 56. They're going to run one off. Looked like they might have had one extra there. Connington's field goal try sails wide and out of bounds, and that is the end of the first half from the LA Memorial Coliseum. Michigan State will have it when we come back from halftime. But first, we'll go to our studio. Chris Peterson, Bruce Feldman, led by Mike Hill for our State Farm halftime show. USC has a 2-score lead at halftime. You see the total yards about double for the Trojans. Michigan State gets the ball at a halftime. USC trying to go to 4-0. This very explosive offense showing why both run and pass, Robert.
Yeah, it's honestly very shocking because you don't expect this from a Lincoln Riley USC offense to just have 3 guys averaging over 8 yards a carry. No one that's run the ball for them is averaging less than 8 yards a carry. And it's this guy, Eli Sanders, running through the trash, as Lincoln Riley told us, running through those arm tackles. But then it's not just him. Then it's also Waymo Jordan, not just running through the trash, but then making them miss deep down the field. And Jaden Maiava, we talked about this touchdown pass where they get McCree to sit down. His eyes are there. He sees that the guys are covering him, and it leaves an open spot over the top to Makai Lemon. They are firing on all cylinders offensively, and if they weren't held to a field goal earlier in the game, the score would be 28-10. They couldn't be happier with that first half.
Yeah, this USC team, they've got some road games out to the Midwest. They go to Notre Dame. They go to Illinois next week on Big Noon. They play at Oregon on the West Coast late in the year. That could be an enormous game. But USC trying to trumpet itself as a contender in the Big Ten here and kind of coming out of nowhere. Just ranked this week. Didn't know what we had. You know, Missouri State, Georgia Southern. They beat Purdue, but didn't do it handily last week. They're up 24-10 on Michigan State. And the Spartans are kind of in the same boat. They're 3-0 as well. But Michigan State's hearts are with their fallen player, Wayne Matthews. And here's Alexa.
Yeah, JB, some moments are bigger than football. These Michigan State players are playing for their brother. Wayne Matthews III is being taken to a level 1 trauma center. That's the highest for these type of injuries. LA General, also known as County Hospital here in Los Angeles. Don't have more of an update. We will get that to you when we know that. But some also more injuries to note. Dunnigan Martinez got hurt on the play before he went down. They will not return here tonight. And also starting left tackle Stanton Ramil will not return to the Spartans without a lot of their key players.
That is a very, very difficult update, but we are game-wise, but we were thinking about Wayne Matthews as they'll go with a quick hitter for Omari Kelly, and he is swarmed and dropped. Cameron Crawford got in there to get his feet. It's a loss of a couple. As you saw Rustin Young in at left tackle, he is a redshirt freshman out of Honolulu, and the plan was for him to be the 4th tackle. Ashton Lepo scheduled to be the 3rd tackle. He did not play last week in their game against Youngstown State.
Yeah, so basically what you're saying, Jason, is they are down to the brass tacks of it all with how many guys that they have out of the game. That's going to put more pressure on Aiden Childs to make some special plays here in the second half to get them back in it.
Here comes Crawford again. He stood him up through the pocket and then tracks him down. Crawford passed him off to Lucas, and then Crawford came back. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, you talk about pursuing the quarterback. Crawford's right here on the end line of scrimmage. Beats the new tackle who comes into the game. And Aiden Childs does a nice job stepping up and trying to keep the play alive. But this is why they always tell pass rushers, continue to pursue the quarterback. Because even if you miss once, you can still have an opportunity to make a play on him later in the same play.
And he did right there for a USC team that came into tonight leading the nation in sacks with 14 of them. 3rd down and 12 for Childs and Michigan State. Here comes Lucas again, forcing him up in the pocket and then driving him backward. Childs staring at the Trojan defense, and he will throw it up wide and incomplete. And USC has a whole lot of cavalry on that defensive line, including Devin Tompkins, who you see in the background of Deanna Lynn.
Oh, my Lord. Devin Tompkins is going to come from the middle of your screen. Number 8, collisions the guard, gets off, and watch the pursuit of all of these UFC defenders. Aiden Childs is a very athletic quarterback, but they never let him breathe here, and he understands, hey, don't try to make a bad play worse. Throw the ball away. They got to trust their defense, who is really beat up, to try to slow down this high-powered UFC offense.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult. They played a lot of guys in the first 3 weeks. As Mekhi Lemon on the return, he's a game breaker. Lemon to the outside, steps through one tackle, and he's to the 44-yard line. Mekhi Lemon, a net of 33 on that punt. It was a boomer again, but USC has good field position with Jaden Mayava. 355 total yards. That's the most at a conference game in a first half since back in the old Pac-12 days, the old days 2 years ago against Stanford.
You know, when we talked to Jaden, he told us that he just felt more in control of the offense. You know, he's been known to make some risky throws here and there, throwing the ball back across his body into tight windows, and he needed to clean up that decision making. He's done it so far this year, and especially tonight, he's been on fire.
Looking at the defense for Michigan State, Marcellus Pulliam is in at linebacker, Armarion Smith at safety. Here's a run for Jordan. And Jordan runs through Smith and gets down the sideline inside the 20. Malcolm Bell was the one who collected him after a gain of 40.
They're going to pull the guard, pull the tackle, and have a lead block from Eli Sanders, the other running back. And Waymo Jordan, standing like Michael Myers in the backfield, bursts through the hole, and then in open space, you got to make the first guy miss. And he does that to perfection as he runs and gets a massive gain. These running backs for USC are something else, man.
This could be a big half for them. Right back there, it's Jordan, and he crashes down to the 13-yard line. Again, it's worth saying again, USC for the first time under Lincoln Riley is more run than pass. And Michigan State, which had some pass defense issues, now has given up 208 on the ground.
And Michigan State was the number 9 team in the country in rushing yards allowed per game. And they've given up 208 tonight. And for everyone at home, the run play they just ran was the same one that Waymo took for about 40. Because if you run it in one time and it's good, you might as well run it again.
Option pitch. Here is Sanders breaking to the outside. Michigan State coming into this game had allowed 3 runs of 10+ this year. That was top 3 in the nation. 3 runs of double figures. They've given up more than 210 yards on the ground tonight.
Yeah, I'd say they've given up more than 3 runs of 10 yards tonight.
Yeah, and it's USC creating that. This run game is dangerous.
It's been a while since we've been able to say that USC has owned the line of scrimmage. And tonight they are owning that line of scrimmage with everything.
They'll send the tight end Lyons in motion. And it's Mayaba popping it to him. There's Lyons, the tight end, rumbling in. Touchdown, USC.
Jason, how many times have we seen Walker Lyons come across the formation and block? Not this time. He's going to the flat. This is what you call setting the defense up, playing chess, not checkers. Get him in the flat, no one's looking, and then Walker walks into the end zone for a touchdown. This UFC offense is so multiple this year. 12 personnel, 1 back, 2 tight ends, 22 personnel, 2 backs, 2 tight ends. You name it, they got it.
Tight ends are a matchup nightmare in college football. Everybody's looking for them, so you can run a lot of stuff out of the same looks. This is the deepest tight end room Lincoln Riley has had here. Look out. The whole room is thrilled.
This is Judy and Pedro. They just bought their first home and are learning a lot.
Forge your own path through grit and determination. Introducing the most capable CRV we've ever dreamed of. Now part of the Honda Trail Sport lineup.
I was in a car accident. 8 years, just gone.
The smash hit Doc is back with an explosive season premiere.
He hates me for something that I can't remember.
Doc, season premiere, Tuesday on Fox.
So the tight end room for Lincoln Riley was pretty important at Oklahoma. There were some years that they were really dangerous in that tight end room. This year, 4 catches a game, 79 yards a game. They went without a touchdown last year from the tight end room.
Yeah, and listen, we love tight ends, right?
Yeah.
We got Rob Gronkowski here at Fox Sports. Like, we love tight ends. And nothing makes an offensive coordinator happier than when they can create mismatches with their tight end room. Because you don't know what plays are being run. Is it a run play? Is it counter? Is it power? Is it outside zone? Or is it a 3-level play action? Lincoln now has that with this room. Lake McCree, Walker Lyons, they've opened up this offense for them.
This will go through the end zone. It's touchback. So Michigan State, they're 3-0. This is a Michigan State team. It's trying to, and flags come in late on this play. Some post-play activity at the 17-yard line.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, receiving team number 55. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
Looks like Rakeem Johnson called for this penalty.
Yeah, and you're going to see right at the end of this play, Rakeem Johnson right here, number 55, just bumps just a little bit. That's a good acting job, but he got the penalty for it. I don't know if he hit him hard enough to put him on his butt like that and on the backside of his shoulders, you know. His feet were touching the ground on the other side. I don't know if it was that hard. What do you think, Jason?
Yeah, I'll leave that one to you. Good partner behavior. First down for Michigan State. And Aiden Chiles is going to take matters into his own hands and get into that second and third level to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 12. Didn't you meet Rakeem Johnson's family yesterday?
Yes, we did. I was hoping not to bring that up after he got a penalty, but his mom Zoe was great. She was a big fan, and
she was thrilled to take a picture with you. Let's be clear.
The family was awesome.
Great people, very nice people. Rakeem just had a birthday yesterday. Not exactly the way we thought we were going to mention his very sweet family, but he probably didn't deserve that flag.
Happy birthday, Rakeem.
Giles under pressure again. He just throws it out of bounds. He was trying to get his hips ready to throw it to the sideline with Stewart in pursuit again. How about the night Jakeem Stewart has had, the freshman out of the state of Louisiana, number 4 for USC.
Oh man, we talked about it earlier in this broadcast. The bodies they have up front, these are the NFL type players, the guys that can help them compete for national championships for the next few years. And Jakeem Stewart has been all over the place. But for Michigan State, this is exactly the type of game they didn't want to be in, because they are not built to be a drop-back passing team.
Yeah, one-dimensional is not their friend tonight. You saw Lucas get around the edge, then everybody else was there as well. Devin Tompkins was there. It is third down and long coming up. Stewart again involved in the play. Did you say compete for national championships? I did. Just want to be clear about that.
I did. what has been holding back this USC team is the toughness in the trenches. And today, they are manhandling a Big Ten opponent who is known for being tough in the trenches. This is a statement.
A team that should be better this year than last year, Michigan State. This is incomplete. McCray tried to hang on, but Kamari Ramsey deposited him down to the ground. It's 4th down.
This is why we always tell DBs, play through the end, right? You don't get there initially, but make the play. Even a little tug there at the very end can throw the receiver off when he's trying to extend his body to make a play. If you're Aiden Childs, you got to put that a little bit closer to your wide receiver because he is open. But really nice job right there by Kamari Ramsey of finishing.
There is Makai Lemon, who had a return of about 25 last time. Ryan Eckley to punt it away, and he got nudged. Let's see if a marker comes in. Yep, there it is. Lemon on the return. He's going to hop through and fall down at the 33 or so. It looked like Tamir Robinson for USC, who ran into Eckley. The flag is there to protect the punter, who is in a kicking motion, who is absolutely vulnerable, even if it is not a substantial hit.
Running into the kicker, receiving team number 14, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Looks like they're going to go ahead and take the penalty and then kick it again. Watch as the linebacker comes in, and it looks like there's Rakeem again. Rakeem Johnson might have helped him into the fray.
Rakeem Johnson said, hey, I got a penalty on the last one, so I'm going to force him to get one on this one.
So 4th and 2. It was 4th and 7. They're going to go ahead and go for this now. So that gives them a chance to go for it from the 33-yard line. 4th and 2. Tullis, the tailback. We have not seen Marsh for a while make a catch. He's at the bottom. They'll roll that direction. Childs looking upfield. He'll throw it that way to the sideline. It's incomplete. There's a marker down, though, in the USC secondary.
Yeah, it's going to be holding.
It's going to be a 1st down. It's going to be a 1st down.
Sure is.
Illegal substitution. Defense, 12 players on the field. 5-yard penalty results in a 1st down.
Well, we got the prelude from our referee, Ron Snodgrass. He told us it was going to be a 1st down, and it sure was. So, too many men.
Too many men on the field.
Count for us.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ding, ding, ding. That is a penalty. Jason Benetti.
You ever want to host a game show? It's called Robert Griffin III times 4 to 12.
That is good.
On a 1st down, Michigan State. Play action, and Lucas was stalking Aiden Childs.
Yeah, if you're Aiden Childs, you've got to be able to make this throw on the upfield shoulder of your best receiver, Nick Marsh. Our job as quarterbacks, when we come out of those play action fakes on the screens, it's a stretch screen. Get some depth, get it over him, manipulate it with your arm angle, and that play is off and running. You mentioned it, Jason. Nick Marsh, we have not mentioned his name a ton. If they want any semblance of an offense, he has to be involved.
Marsh so far just 2 catches, 4 targets, 28 total yards. Here comes Lucas again. Childs down the sideline. He just has not had much time to throw. There's a marker coming in. DeCarlos Nicholson on the coverage of Marsh. Now, if there's anything USC needs to clean up, it's the penalty issues in the first 3
Pass
weeks.
Interference, defense, number 17, 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
It's the 7th accepted penalty against USC.
Yeah, you're going to see DeCarlos Nicholson here. They're calling the holding, but both guys have their arms and they're jostling in there, and he gets his eyes back. I've always believed that if you're a receiver and you have your hands on the DB, he should have the right to have his hands on you. But The ref saw it differently.
And thus, it is a first down into USC territory. Frazier over the right side. He's hit by Lucas. Downstairs, we'll check in with Alexa on an update for Wayne Matthews.
Yes, getting the update from Michigan State that motor skills are intact. So a positive update as Wayne Matthews III is headed to LA General. Motor skills are intact, JB.
Alexa, thank you for that. That is a positive update. And if we get more over the course of the night, Alexa certainly will update you.
It's such great news and such a down situation to hear that, and I know they're probably echoing that on the sideline as well.
Yeah, just every little bit helps of good news. I mean, you saw, if you missed it, right at the tail end of the first half, Matthews went down. He was injured in a play not far from the goal line as USC was driving, and he was helped off the field on a stretcher. But the look on the faces of his teammates, I mean, we saw the defensive lineman, Quindarius Dunnigan, go over to the ambulance and watch and talk to him as Matthews was being elevated into the ambulance. It was a very serious situation, and you could see the emotional outpouring of that Michigan State sideline. And now they embark on a first down. It is Frazier, and he is into the secondary. To the 23, Bishop Fitzgerald, the tackle after a gain of 11.
Oh, offensive line is going all this way. We got a cut block by big number 71, Christian Phillips, and that opens up the cutback lane for Mekhi Frazier. As I've been saying all night, that is his best attribute, his vision as a running back. And they are still committed to running the football. Down 21 here with 7 minutes left in the third quarter.
Stretch play here. There's another cutback. It's Frazier. It's a first down. You know this cutback scheme very well, Robert.
Yes. You talk about reading it one gap at a time and not predetermining the cutback. Frazier is going to go here and come back, but he's reading it outside in one gap at a time. You have pressure there on the outside by the linebacker Gentry, and that forces him to get his eyes back to the opposite side of the formation. He is something else, and he reminds me a little bit of what you see from the backs like Terrell Davis, Christian McCaffrey. It's not too much to compare because those guys all excelled at outside zone.
So about that outside zone, like the history of that, you've seen it through the NFL, through your days, through watching the NFL when you were younger as well.
Correct. I actually played in this system. You know, what offensive coordinator Brian Lindgren is really doing is the Kyle Shanahan version of the outside zone with the boots and the keepers and the nakeds and the RPOs off of it. So I understand that. Alfred Morris was my running back in the NFL, Florida Atlantic running back, and he ran for 1,500 yards in this scheme. It's a very running back friendly scheme if you have good vision and you're not afraid to get cutbacks and get downhill.
They bring Tullis in. It's play action to him. Childs on the roll. There's a marker in. It's an incomplete pass. It'll be third down if the play stands, but it was in the area of a possible hold. It's a banged up offensive line for Michigan State.
Personal foul, illegal helmet contact, hands to the face. Defense, number 9, half the distance to the goal. First down.
Keyshawn Silver called for the penalty in the middle for USC.
Yeah, you talk about Keyshawn Silver, this him right here. Puts hands, oh yeah, he got that big old thumb stuck in the face mask. Sometimes I guess a face mask can feel like a shoulder pad, right, Jason?
Uh-huh.
You've been in those trenches before, haven't you?
Okay. That's why I stay inside. We have a whistle and a timeout, USC. Thankfully, we can continue this conversation.
Charge timeout, USC, they're first. It's a full timeout.
Oh, sadly going to break. Michigan State driving when we come back in a 3-score game.
Deeper. 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 Too deep.
Find your inner flex with Duluth Double Flex Ballroom Denim. Only at Duluth Trading.
I love you. I don't think they'll take that here.
Of course they take Discover. It's accepted in 99% of places.
99%? I didn't know that.
You're stuck in the past, baby.
You're the one who owns 13 pairs of parachute pants?
Well, fashion is cyclical. They'll be back. Right? Hopefully.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide. Earn cash back at all of them.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. We made these $15 bills, but it turns out that's very illegal.
USC chases their first Big Ten statement win against Illinois. It's big noon Saturday on Fox.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Discover. It pays to discover. The 1988 Rose Bowl game. John Langlow, the game winner, 36-yard field goal. Percy Snow was the player of the game at the Rose Bowl. They actually started that year playing USC as well in a regular season game. They met twice that year. We mentioned Michigan State hasn't won a regular season game out west for a long, long while, but the Rose Bowl in '88, the Rose Bowl in 2014 over Stanford as well, as Michigan State try to punch it in here and create some game pressure on USC. Michigan State very short-handed right now.
Yeah, very, very short-handed on both sides of the ball.
The offensive line pretty makeshift at this point with the injury to Ramil. Childs trying to pull his way, spins out of it and scores. SoCal kid Aiden Childs, who says he has maybe 1,000 people who he considers a friend here in this building.
Yes, and you're going to see it's literally 11-on-11 football. Everybody getting out in front of Aiden Childs. He picks his hole, and then guess what? Sometimes you got to do a spin-a-rooney like Booker T to get into the end zone. I know you love that reference.
Yeah, I do.
Aiden Childs is doing everything he can to try to will his team back into this game. That was a great drive right there from them.
Yeah, he didn't get recruited by USC coming out of high school. He went to Oregon State, shows up at Michigan State and trying to make things difficult on the local team. Childs is in Michigan State within 14.
The Triple Dipper, only at Chili's, lets you build your perfect basket of 3 Chili's favorites, like the world-famous fried mozzarella you just...
Against the Bears. It's a huge doubleheader Sunday on Fox.
Aiden Childs with a touchdown run. You see him over there with new quarterbacks coach John Boyer. They have an interesting relationship that's just developing, Alexa.
Yeah, right when he comes off the field, off of drives, he goes right over to Boyer. He said he's helped him grow so much this year. OC Brian Lindgren echoed that, saying because he's upstairs in the booth, Boyer has been that great presence for him on the sideline, being able to go over the previous play, focus on the next drive. RG3, you talked about it. Old school, you would get on the cell phone, not the iPad, and talk to Philip Montgomery.
Yes, it was like a long-distance relationship. And last year, Michigan State didn't have a quarterback coach. It was just Brian Lindgren doing it, and they felt like they needed that to not just calm Aiden Childs down on the sidelines, but also lock him in for what they were going to be accomplishing on the next drive. When the guy is way up in the booth, you can't feel him, you can't touch him, you don't get to see the nonverbal communication, and that's what we talk about, those long-distance relationships. Sometimes things get lost in that distance. It's no longer getting lost for Aiden Childs because John Boyer is there.
Yeah, Aiden Childs has plenty of energy and emotion that he throws into this game. It's about directing it. I mean, he told us, like, he grew up an Oklahoma fan, but didn't get recruited by Lincoln Riley. Lincoln, he said, Aiden Childs said USC called when he was in the portal, leaving Oregon State. He decided to stay with the same coaching staff after a day-and-a-half deliberation or so as Mayava makes a throw. It's on a screen. It's DJ Jordan, the freshman. He lost the ball, and Michigan State has it. Michigan State and Grady Kelly with the football. An enormous first turnover in this game. will ask the question, was this a completed catch and fumble? That's the call on the field right now.
Yeah, you're going to see DJ Jordan press up, come back down, tries to get vertical, has one hand on the ball through traffic, and they always tell you, keep two hands on the football as you come through traffic. It gets punched out right there by our Marion Smith.
That is a catch and fumble for sure. So our Marion Smith with the punch, the recovery, sets up 1st and 10. Brady Kelly came up with it. Handoff for Frazier. And he's dropped after a gain of 1. So now Michigan State, we mentioned, they're shorthanded big time on defense. The offensive line has shape-shifted in a big way. It's good news that they have Nick Marsh, but we've seen 7 offensive linemen at least in this game.
Yeah, we have, and there's no quitting these Spartans. You talk about momentum shifts in a football game. USC last year had a bunch of games like this where they would end up losing them after being up because of silly and stupid mistakes and turnovers like we just saw there. Let's see if they've changed that.
Childs to the sideline. He's got Kelly. It's a 1st down, tangled with DeCarlos Nicholson, gain of 14.
Yeah, you love this little, we call it a scout route. He's going to push vertical and break out, scare the defender. DeCarlos Nicholson vertical, make him get out of there. Ooh, put that foot in the ground. Little inside, throws a little inside, but Aiden Childs, when you got a guy that wide open, make it easy for him, baby. Just deliver the baby.
Very catchable ball. Kelly reels it in. 1st down from inside the 20 for Michigan State. It's a handoff for Frazier, and he parks himself at the 16. There's a marker down at the 20-yard line in the spot where sometimes there's an illegal formation. We'll see what the call is. Maybe offside.
Offside. Defense, number 6, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
So USC had the 2nd most offside or neutral zone infractions in college football entering the weekend, and there is one of them. They had 6. Michigan had 8 coming in. That's the 9th accepted penalty on USC.
Yeah, D'Anton Lynn wants his guys to be eager to rush the passer, eager to get tackles for loss, but they got to be more fundamentally sound, because it's penalties like that that can help teams that you are blowing out stay in games, and now they've got to come up with a big defensive stop here.
Tao Tolliver straight into that glut in the middle of the pile. Boy, Marsh and DeCarlos Nicholson at the bottom of the formation, receiver and cornerback, are tangled quite a bit. There's a little shove post play. That's an interesting matchup. We'll see if Michigan State goes there.
There's one way to give the receiver the advantage, and that's to throw him that one-on-one jump ball. Nothing makes a guy feel worse when he's in man coverage as a corner and he gets dunked on by the receiver. Let's see if they go there, Jason.
They are together. It's Frazier, and he churns forward. He's going to be about half a yard short. Pierce and Stevens with the stop. It's 3rd down and 1 for Michigan State. This is 2 downs to get 1 yard for sure.
100%. And now you're having to lean on an offensive line that we've mentioned has a few guys down.
Yep.
Do you run the football here? Do you come with a play action? Move the pocket? I think they should run the football, trust their offensive line to get push up front.
2 tight ends in. It is straight ahead Childs, and he has the 1st down. 1st and goal, Michigan State. Jonathan Smith knew that possessions were going to be huge in this game. He felt like he would go for it on 4th down if given the opportunity. The turnover has flipped this thing.
Yeah, you want to steal possessions whenever you can. And typically as an offensive coach, you think that means going for it on 4th downs, using all 4 downs in a close contested game. But it's also getting turnovers. And their defense being able to punch that ball out on the screen, put them right back in the thick of it, and has the momentum continually on their side.
Frazier met by 2. There's the cutback again, and he crawls down to the 2.5.
Man, this guy's got unbelievable vision. Mekhi Frazier's going to come here, see this, flash on him, and immediately get back across the formation, put his foot in the ground. And the best thing about his cutback is there is no second guessing it. Once he sees that a gap is closed, he is going back decisively and trying to get vertical with his runs, not cutting back to loop around the backside of the defense. That's a very important distinction for all my young running backs out there.
Behind the fullback coin, it is a run down to the 1 for Frazier. You talked about USC's toughness. This is a moment where Michigan State is trying to punch it in. Old school Big Ten, a fullback coin in there. 3rd and goal from the 1. Now coin's going to come out. You see the multiple tight ends. They add the receiver Evan Boyd as well with Marsh. Ready for the push. Instead, they're going to roll it to the right and throw it to the end zone, and touchdown, Jack Velling. They faked the push in green and white. The question is, did the ball cross the plane?
Let's see right here. He catches it. That's a touchdown. It's close, but it's a touchdown.
You think it's a touchdown?
Let's run it back a little bit so we can put it in a nice freeze frame so the fans at home can see.
A transfer from Oregon State, Velling, is into the end zone. They're setting up for the extra point here, and it looks like this is good.
Yeah.
Connaughton for the extra point, no stoppage, and the extra point, he slides through. Well then, the forced fumble created by the Michigan State defense. Armarion Smith pushed it away. Kelly the recovery, Velling the touchdown. Oh boy, 7-point game.
Hey, can I? Thanks. Oh, listen, son, now that you're getting older, you might be curious about certain things.
Please don't do this.
You're eligible to be a member of Navy Federal Credit Union because I served in the Army. Our whole family can join and get exclusive savings and discounts.
Cool.
Very cool.
All veterans and their families can join. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
As a lifestyle guard, I help people live their best day in the sun by delivering high noon when the cooler's empty.
Oh, do you have any peach?
High noon, sun.
In solving a murder. Buckle up. This one's a ride.
She would never just disappear. This doesn't happen here.
And as I passed by, I shot him.
This is a very calculating, evil person.
I'm Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, and this is 50 Ways to Catch a Killer. Streaming now on Fox Nation.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Wendy's. Get Wendy's $8 JBC meal deal, limited time only. Yeah, it's right around that time on the East Coast where you go, you know what drive-thru is open? Get yourself a JBC meal deal. It's 11 o'clock Pacific, and Michigan State is making a game of this thing at 2 o'clock Eastern time. The Spartans 14 points in the last 5:18. And for the Sparty faithful who have hung around, this is a very game effort from Michigan State. Lemon watches it fly away. Our Good Hands moment sponsored by Allstate, celebrating 20 years of the Allstate Good Hands Nets program. It's the punch out by Smith.
Yes, Marion Smith punches it out. Grady Kelly gets the recovery, and that's why they've been able to score 14 points in the last 5 minutes with Jack Velling just getting the ball to cross the plane. They say it's a game of inches. And the Spartans are trying to gain back every inch they can against the Trojans.
They've played keep away this quarter.
They have. What's the best way to stop an offense?
Not let them touch the football.
Exactly.
Did you have a shorter way of saying it? No, that was great. Okay, great. That was perfect. First down for the 25. Jordan the tailback. And they'll go that way. He picks his way, trying to get around the tight end Lions. And he goes down in a heap. Malcolm Bell with the tackle at the shoe tops. And we'll see if that's the final play of this third quarter. That is the 6th offensive play for USC here in the third.
Wow. And this is what happens when you turn the football over. It's a sudden change for your defense. They're stuck on the field, and you're on the sideline as an offense, twiddling your thumbs, waiting until you get it back.
It's a toss. Lemon coming this way. Makai Lemon is in the air and then submerged by Jalen Thompson.
It's the end of the third quarter.
It's a gain of 7.
Timeout on the field.
It'll be third and short when we come back for USC leading by 7 of the Big Ten late night game. The Trojans and Spartans in a tight one. As long as that flame's lit, both teams have a chance. 31-24, fourth quarter. Michigan State has found something in the third thanks to the turnover. The energy has swung to the Spartans, and a third down for the Trojans as we start the fourth quarter. Both teams unbeaten. Pressure shown by Smith. Now he'll drop back. It's third down and 3. Mayava on the roll, flowing to his right. Slams on the brakes, gets jostled around, keeps his feet. Mayava, oh my goodness gracious. How did he do it?
We're just going to watch this play right here for our own personal enjoyment. As he takes the snap, they do a semi-roll. It's covered. So what does he do? He goes with the flow. Just like the Hawaiian surfer he is. Gets out into the open field and makes a play happen. Such an important play there for this USC offense to try to swing momentum back in their favor.
Jordan gets clubbed. He actually pinballed off of Banuelos, his guard, like he was a flipper in a pinball machine, and kind of propelled him to the outside.
Yes, it did. That's why you never give up on a play. What a treat of a game we've had so far.
Yeah, never give up on a play or a game, by the way. Second down and 6, a minute into the fourth quarter. Somebody's going to leave this thing feeling really good and undefeated tonight. Lemon in motion. Mayava looks that way. Feels a little pressure and then lobs it. It is caught by Lake McCree.
Oh, it was tipped. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage. So you're going to see him try to make this throw. It gets tipped up in the air.
It was
by Pulliam.
Yeah, Pulliam.
Pulliam tips it, and look at McCree. Johnny on the spot. Great awareness for him to go and attack that football in the air as it floated.
Okay, so now there's movement at the line. Mayava changing the play. What does he see here? Snow and Pulliam were moving. Mayava, quick set. He'll throw it. It is Lemon who had his arm grabbed by Darius Snow. And Lemon's like, please don't include me in any of this.
Oh, this is beautiful chess at the line of scrimmage. You asked, what did Jaden Mayava see? They were bringing pressure, bringing a strong side blitz with the Mike and the nickel. So he changed the play, and immediately Michigan State changed their defensive call to a 2-safety look with no pressure. These are the things you don't always get to see at home. But, man, these guys are playing high-level football right now.
Gain of 4. There's Hines in motion. Trips up top. They will run it. Sanders chopping his steps for 2, maybe 3. Pulliam on the stop again. It's third down for USC, and 2 downs really to get 3.5 yards here.
Yes, and you have to. This is guaranteed 4-down territory. All you need is a completion here to move the chains.
Some tempo, and they will run it. Sanders trying to break it back, and he is squashed. Kai Burnett just came in, and it's 4th down. He and Ben Roberts celebrating, and you saw the emotion on the face of Ben Roberts after the injury to Wayne Matthews. And 55 and 51, enjoying that effort. 4th and 3.
Kai Burnett making the most of his opportunity to get out there and play. This is a monumental momentum shifting point for these two teams. As you see Jaden Mayava changing the play at the line of scrimmage.
On 4th and 3, they're going to snap it. They do. Mayava to throw. He goes sideline. It's caught by Lemon. It's a USC 1st down.
Oh, I love this route combination. He's going to go out and run a nice out route with an in route from the outside receiver. Outside receiver comes in, they take it, it opens it up for the guy he wanted to throw to the whole time, Makai Lemon. Just a good job securing the catch, eyes on the ball through the catch, and then decide to make your move. That completion moved the chains. He understood the assignment.
Talk about efficiency. Makai Lemon, 8 targets, 8 catches today for USC. Here's the run game again, and a big collision. Spencer and Jordan. Jordan went in the air and got twisted down to the ground.
They're going to pull both the guard and the tackle. And right here he says, I'm going to jump. Boom. You going to jump with me? Okay. When I jump, you jump, we jump.
Oh. And then everybody kind of dipped at the end.
See what you did there. Okay. You got some culture to you. I love it. I love it, Jason Benetti.
It's 2:15 East Coast time. It's everybody's happy. 1st down from the 13. Jordan again, little sidestep. He got by Burnett, who then crunched him at the back end of the play. It's a gain of 3. Burnett stayed with it. It is 2nd and 7 for USC in field goal range, but they'd like 6.
Yeah, they would like 6, and that little shake right there in the backfield is why I always tell defenders in practice when they're like, oh, I would have made that play. Kai Burnett had a free run at the running back. It got shook out of his drawers. But he pulled him back up when he got the tackle.
Yeah, came back, made the tackle. Now they go 2 backs here, Lincoln Riley does, with both Sanders and Jordan. Lemon at the top of the screen. And they'll hand it off. Jordan spins out of a tackle and gets triple teamed down. Van Sumeren was in there. It is 3rd down with 9 minutes to go. USC with a lengthy drive here of over 6 minutes.
And this is a beautiful job by the offense. Lincoln Riley understanding the game situation, knowing that their defense needed a break. They needed to be on the sideline for this extended drive. And I would go so far as to say you take the points here if you don't get this 1st down.
For sure. For sure. Unless it's 4th and 1 maybe. 3rd down and 6. Mayava, free runner coming, 2 of them. Mayava breaks free, throws it. It's tipped and incomplete, but there is a marker down just shy of the 5-yard line. It was Eaton and Richardson. And let's see.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Wow.
6 to the goal. 1st down.
It's on Ade Willie, the senior defensive back. That is enormous.
Ade Willie is right here, and it's going to be right when he goes to make the jam off the line. Grabs the face mask as the receiver gets just past him. We've seen that happen a couple times now today. They're reaching and grabbing. That's never what you want to do as a defensive back.
Mayava is out of the shotgun formation, and we're going to get a whistle and a timeout. It's a timeout, Michigan State.
Timeout, Michigan State.
Ooh, that, you know what, though?
It's a full timeout.
I know you want to get the stop. I know you're all mixed up. That 3rd timeout is a possession late in the game. Michigan State burns one.
During its first year, A humpback calf and its mother are almost inseparable.
Being told no to my dreams. But Shopify made it easy to get this brand going. Now we can take golf to a realm that we've never seen before. We're Eastside Golf, and we're powered by Shopify.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Pacific Life. Building confident futures for nearly 160 years. That is not real time. Slowed down. Matt Leinart leading the Trojans out of the tunnel earlier today and riling up the crowd on microphone as he does. Our friend and colleague Matt Leinart.
We love Matt. Why'd you have to point out that it wasn't in real time? I think most people who have seen him run in a football game would actually think that was full speed.
I just wanted to not give you the opening. That's it.
You knew where it was going.
I had a feeling, and Joe Rossi trying to figure out how to keep USC out of the end zone here. Big face mask penalty, first down and goal for the Trojans. Lemon in motion, and they will give it to him. Makai Lemon is in, touchdown. He knew it. He's a conductor now.
They've been bringing Makai Lemon in motion all game and not giving it to him, so he kind of settles a little bit and then boom! Hits it with that speed. We call him quick six because he can score from anywhere on the field. He scored in the passing game. He now scored in the running game. Makai Lemon is a lemon head. You would say he's an absolute weapon, and he is making every defense that he faces pucker up.
Oh, that went further.
Oh, you like that one?
First rushing touchdown for Makai Lemon, who was also a cornerback in high school. We know he can throw it. We saw it in the UCLA game last year, and he can run it too. Strike up the band. Makai Lemon, goal line eyes, covering up a USC 14-point lead.
Dupixent continuously works to help prevent asthma attacks. So game days are better. Girls' days are better. Even Mondays are better. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It's not for sudden breathing problems. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away if signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark-colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Ask your doctor about Dupixent.
What you doing, Zach? My T-Mobile home internet is so good. I wish I could tell the whole world.
Zach, go right ahead.
T-Mobile's got home internet! T-Mobile!
This one's a ride. I'm Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, and this is 50 Ways to Catch a Killer. Streaming now on Fox Nation.
Caleb Williams, former USC Trojan. He and Lincoln Riley, a formidable combination. Caleb ends up with the Bears and trying to build that offense. Fox NFL doubleheader starts in 10.5 hours. It's a rematch of last year's playoff classic, the Rams and the Eagles, or other regional action. Then America's Game of the Week, Dak and the Cowboys, Caleb and the Bears, or Cardinals, Niners. Check your local listings for the games in your area, only on Fox. The promo says tomorrow, but it depends on where you are if it's actually tomorrow.
Yeah, it might be today.
Could be today. Could be very soon.
But if there's ever a defense for Caleb Williams, Chicago Bears to get on track against, it's the Dallas Cowboys. Second worst in giving up passing yards in the NFL. Caleb Williams has a lot of mess going on around him right now. But he's still a young quarterback, and he is playing good. They just expect him to be legendary.
he can get things back on track this week going against the Cowboys. I look forward to watching him.
Well, he's got a head coach who's a really inventive play caller. I mean, Ben Johnson was part of the reason the Lions have done what they've done the past couple of years.
Yes, he is, and he's holding the team accountable. You know, calling them out and letting them know that there's a standard. If you want to win, this is the standard you have to play by. And if guys aren't going to do that, they won't be on the Chicago Bears roster for very much longer.
There's some wide receiver talent there. Like, it feels like a matter of time.
I agree.
For the offense, doesn't it?
I agree.
All right, here we go. First down, Michigan State from the 25. And it opens with a run, and it's Tullis driving through for 3. It'll be second down. Tompkins, the tackle. Michigan State so far today has used the 3 running backs. Frazier's been the most productive, but it's not big plays in the run game. Just about 3.5 yards a carry.
Yeah, it's really a commitment to the run game so that you can open up the rest of your offense. And that's what this outside zone system does. It's not that you're going to run it and average 7 yards a carry, but you will run it, and the defense will have to play it.
Second down run for Tullis in the arms of Crawford. It is third down and long for Michigan State.
Yeah, I want you to watch how Cameron Crawford stacks right here. He's going to stack this tight end, push him off, get down the line of scrimmage, and go make a play on the back. This is why people get so upset when you see tight ends blocking defensive ends. They have no chance. And for Michigan State, the counter to that is running the boots and the nakeds off of it. They just haven't run those effectively tonight.
Big third down here. Marsh up top. Childs wanted to go that way. Now he tries to run, and he is drilled. Braylon Shelby again with a sack. It's fourth down.
Yeah, you're going to see Braylon Shelby coming from where the referee is on, again, a cross dog blitz from the linebacker spot with all these guys up. Hey, he keeps his eyes up so that when Aiden Childs does step up, because of the kind of circle rush that they did on him, he can make that play. USC is about 2 steps ahead of this Michigan State offense right now.
Fourth down and 7. The game on the line here for Michigan State. Childs, 4-man rush. He steps up. He throws. It is incomplete. Kelly had a step on Braylon Conley, but Michigan State turns it over on downs.
Timeout on the field.
It was there.
It was there.
Huge turnover for USC. Childs can't believe it.
How does it feel?
This is Rachel. She just started college a week ago, and she's already homesick. Google can't turn Indiana into Arizona, but it can help.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Used car shopping?
2 rows, 2 dogs. I'm sold.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's pause for the facts. Like nearly half of all used cars, this puppy has been in an accident. But Carfax.com shows how an accident impacts price, so you don't have to overpay.
Huh.
Unpause. Whoa, whoa.
Wow, this is cool. Yeah, sorry, they pulled.
Shop with the facts at the all-new Carfax.com.
At Burger King, we don't listen to celebrities. We listen to you. Your next creation is here. The Crispy Onion Whopper. It's got the crisp, the crunch, the bacon, and it's imagined by you. Try the latest in the Whopper by You series today.
Fall, the perfect time for football and feeding it alone.
I'm not going to wait to feed my lawn. I'm going to do it during the fall.
You got to feed it.
Feed it.
Feed it.
Boys, what do we tell our neighbors in the fall?
Feed it!
Strengthen to protect all winter with Turf Builder Winter Guard.
Feed it alone. Feed it.
No stage bigger than this one. The swing of his life! 40 October!
Well, if you're going to be up all night anyway, make sure you take a listen to Robert's podcast, Out of Pocket with RG3, available YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
I appreciate that, Jason. Sports is supposed to be fun and talking about it as well. So come join me and my wife, 83-time All-American. Have some fun. If you love sports and you love having fun talking about it, come join the huddle. We'll see you guys on Monday morning.
83-time All-American. It's a great venue for her with the Olympics that they've hosted.
Oh, only stadium that will have held 3 Olympics by the time of 2028.
How about that?
Yeah, you didn't know I had that one in my pocket, did you?
But, well, it's out of pocket now. Sanders on the run. It's 2nd and 2 coming up. USC trying to put this game away, trying to get to 4-0 as they will travel to Champaign next week for Big Noon. That is going to be a very testy Illinois team next week after getting waxed by Indiana. But Illinois certainly is still in play for a very nice year. They're top 10 team coming in, but man, Kurt Cignetti can really coach.
Yes, he can. Honestly, it's better to get waxed like that early in the year because it's a reality check for you, and we'll see how much of that reality hits for them next week.
Eli Sanders has a first down for USC. It's a pretty complete USC team, and you know, they have been a sack machine as there goes Makai Lemon over to the sideline. He's holding his right leg. Jacoby Lane has not played in this game. He's been sitting on the bench talking to Makai Lemon. He and his 9 catches and his 26 yards per catch. Lane.
Yeah, typically when you see them give that water bottle right there, I'll look at the smile of Jaden Mayava, but when you get that water bottle, it usually means it's some form of cramping. So he's worked hard enough tonight that he should probably be out for the rest of this game regardless.
Jordan, a little sidestep. He tries to get outside and gets swarmed under. Ade Willie with the stop. Michigan State has 2 timeouts. It looks like they're going to use 1.
I always say sweet feet eat, and look at these sweet feet on that. Ryan Smith doesn't know what to do with that because I don't think anybody has seen that one before. Pretty exciting 2-yard run there.
Yeah, it was. Back at 30 seconds.
Sarah Benzino, Brandon Coley, Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
What'd she call Harper?
Oh, you mean Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
We actually sold the Twins naming rights.
You know, like stadiums do. Kids are so expensive these days. Here he comes.
Oasis Breeze Tan and Spa.
If you need a tan, I'm your man. Could do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options for you.
Works for us.
The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
Jacoby Lane trying to make himself useful. He can't play, but he turned into Bobby Boucher.
You know what I saw do that once is Lamar Jackson at the Pro Bowl.
Did he?
Giving out water. You know, they understand, like, you got to be a part of the team. Let the guys know you're there for them. Even if you can't be on the field catching passes, you can still get them a water bottle and make sure they're hydrated.
That is good teammate behavior. 2nd down 7. Jaden Mayava will keep it, and he'll throw it. He's got the tight end Lyons, who had a touchdown earlier, and he rolls down at the 10. Michigan State will use its final timeout. That gives us an opportunity to tell you about our reliable performers, sponsored by AT&T Business. Reliability you can count on. It is Jaden Mayava, the quarterback for USC.
Yes, Jaden Mayava's done it every which way. You see him here on the untouched touchdown, on the quarterback zone read, throwing the ball deep down the field on their 3-level throws, and then, of course, making this line touchdown throw to Tanook Hines. He's done it every which way, got everybody involved. High percentage football. You know, when Caleb Williams was here, there was a talk about all the off-schedule plays that he could make. But Jaden Mayava is making the on-schedule ones and really propelling this USC offense, I believe, to new heights.
Lincoln Riley is a pretty big compliment, I feel like, from Lincoln Riley. He said Jaden Mayava no longer is playing plays. He's playing the game, meaning he's seeing the whole picture. It's not just this play and then the next play and then the next play, all individually. And when you talk about layering as a coordinator, you can make the calls all you want, but if the quarterback isn't seeing the layer and the purpose for it, it stunts your growth as an offense. Jaden Mayava has grown there.
Yes, he has, and it's exactly why the head coach, offensive coordinator relationship is the most important one on the field. These guys know what they want, as you see Jaden Mayava motioning out of the backfield.
Yeah, he's going to evacuate. Jordan takes the direct snap, and he runs behind McCree, turning it outside. Got a block from Mayava by just existing. It's a first down for USC.
Hey, You're in a 14-point game. You got your quarterback out here. Put his hands up. Hey, I didn't do anything wrong. He just ran into me. I don't know what you're talking about. This is perfect. Picture perfect. Put your hands up. Let him run into your body. Oh my Ava. That was great. Don't want your quarterback in that position more times than not. But,
no.
You know.
He's supposed to not bounce it that far outside, but you know what? He got the block done by being. First and goal for USC. No timeouts left for Michigan State. It is a run, and it is straight ahead into the wash, and a lean by Jordan. He's going to be down at the 1, and I would have to imagine that's fine for USC. Take some more time off the clock. He is down.
Yeah, you're going to see him barreling through here, and the knee goes down there. Ball is short right there at the 1-yard line. Great call by the refs.
Well officiated game here tonight by Ron Snodgrass and his Big Ten crew. A little window into the USC huddle over the top with our sky camera. They got 5 to snap it. And they're not gonna. Oh yeah, they are. No, they're not.
Oh,
that was an adventure. It's a timeout. USC.
Charge timeout, USC. They're second.
So, Jaden Mayava, professional blocker, is a leader here with the Trojans. Alexa?
Oh, he's making me laugh here, JB. Yeah, Mayava really took the step in his leadership. He said, you know what, I want to find out my teammates why. Let me get to know them off the field. He said he made it a priority this offseason to text them, call them, get to know them in person, find out all the sacrifices they make off the field to make things happen on the field, and that's made him a better leader. I asked him then, what's your why? He said, it's my family, and for football, it's playing for my teammates. This is a guy that really wants to battle with his brothers and getting to know them off the field, plus team barbecues, JB, is another big reason that this team is connected.
Are you trying to coerce me into organizing team barbecues? That's the way she said. The way Alexa was like, JB,
the way she
barbecues.
Said that, I think
just saying.
We need some of that barbecue, JB. And I love that story because, you know, when I was in Washington, I did the same thing with my teammates. I asked them, what is their why? Because if you know someone's why, you can endure anyhow. And for Jaden Mayava, coming into the season knowing he is the man, gave him the confidence to go out and do those things as the man.
And they try to push him into the end zone. Let's see as they unpack. Where's the football? Clock is at 3 minutes. The football is in. Touchdown.
They're going to motion to Nook Hines in here right behind Jaden Mayava and get a good old-fashioned Philadelphia Eagles tush-push into the end zone for a touchdown. What's your thoughts on the tush-push?
Oh. You're the analyst.
I'm just asking.
No, so here's the thing. If you're good at something, make them litigate it out.
Correct.
If you've gotten that good at it, you deserve to have the value from it. Stop it if you want to stop it if you're the defense, or everybody else get good at it.
Correct.
Those are my thoughts.
Look at that. I am the analyst, but you just analyzed it out of that one.
Am I officially out of pocket now?
You are out of pocket,
okay,
sir. I love it.
Thank you for that. 45-24 USC with the lead. Lincoln Riley is one of the best play callers and offensive minds in all of college football. His first 7 seasons, Oklahoma, USC, a top 10 scoring offense each year. Last year, it's funny to say, but only 30 points a game, 51st in the FBS. This year, coming into tonight, 55 a game. I'd ask you what's different. We've kind of covered that with Mayava. What's the ceiling for USC this year, offensively?
Yeah, offensively, as you can see, they put up 45 points on this Michigan State defense. And to be quite honest with you, I feel like this year they have a contending college football playoff offense. It's just a matter of if their defense this year, especially in the secondary, can be good enough to help carry them there. I feel like any game they walk into, they're going to feel like we can outscore these guys. But you don't want to get into shootouts week in and week out. The faster this defensive secondary catches up will be to the benefit of this UFC team
to see how far down the line they can do when they have to go up against the Oregons and play against the better teams in the Big Ten.
It's a fair catch. Yeah, that Oregon game coming up November the 22nd. There are some other interesting ones. Nebraska gave Michigan a game effort. They're at Nebraska. USC is about mid-season November the 1st. And our game summary sponsored by Pacific Life, building confident futures for nearly 160 years. Jaden Mayava, second half offense, outstanding.
Yeah, it's been the Jaden Mayava show. You see this touchdown run here by Aiden Childs with the spin move that really turned this thing into a game, and then Jack Velling getting to the end zone after they had forced a fumble on the previous possession for USC. But Makai Lemon and Jaden Mayava this whole day felt like they had the game under control.
Childs on the roll. He'll throw across his body. Incomplete. Floyd Boucard had the pressure that time, 2nd and 10. You do see, you're talking about the secondary for USC. They do get help from that pass rush, which has been menacing through 4 weeks. And now another game in Big Ten play.
I'm so glad you brought that up, Jason, because when you looked at the last drive for Michigan State and Aiden Childs misses the wide open receiver on the crossing route, why did he miss that throw?
Yeah.
He missed it because of the pressure that this defensive front has been putting on him all day long. So he's sitting there in the 4th quarter like, oh, I actually have a pocket? He didn't feel that. They've been pressuring teams and quarterbacks all year long. They just got to get it synced up on the back end.
He's going to load up and launch down the field and drop it in for Kelly. Down the sideline for a touchdown. Oh, Mari Kelly, a big shot. There are markers down in the backfield. Childs took a rip and got pounded as he did.
Yeah, they're going to throw those on Anthony Lucas. Hit Childs low and late after the throw. I'm just talking about that secondary. And they give up a big play here at the end.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, low hit to the quarterback. Defense, number 6. That penalty being forced on the kickoff. The score is good.
So Omari Kelly scores the touchdown for Michigan State. 1 year in Murfreesboro with Middle Tennessee. He had nearly 1,000 yards. Big play guy. Here's a hit.
So right there is Anthony Lucas. He's falling down. You know, we'll show you as he hits Aiden Childs beneath the knees late after the throw. And, I mean, the catch and run there from Omari Kelly, the strength to fight through the DB to a goal ball that was left a little bit inside. That was pretty special.
Would you believe if, and there's some movement at the line, would you believe me if I told you he was a sprinter in high school at Hewitt-Trussville in Alabama?
Oh, I would believe you 100%.
You would? Okay.
I'm a firm believer that track guys can play football.
False start. Offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty on the try.
Yeah, we'll repeat the try. How close were you to being a track and field athlete?
A lot of people don't know this. I actually ran track and field in college before I ever played football because I was an early graduate and I ran in the spring. It ended up being an All-American, and I was going to go pro, but I promised my coaches I'd play at least 1 year of football, and it's the best decision I ever made.
That's amazing. You could have been here in the Coliseum.
I know.
Running around.
It's just my family wouldn't have been financially secure.
That's nice. Here's a touchdown for Kelly.
So here you see Kelly as he's working through the DB here to make a play. He fights back inside and then uses that track speed to get to the end zone. And here we're talking about Anthony Lucas hitting the quarterback low and late. But no, below the knees, you know, you got to protect the quarterbacks, but even if you're a defender, you know that once that ball is released, if you got to take 2 steps to get there, you got to let him go.
Yeah, that's the right call. Yeah. And by the way, Aiden Childs tonight is 12 for 21, 3 touchdowns, no picks. So the completion percentage isn't where it was coming in. But, man, is he a likable young man. He is as confident as can be. He was, I mean, even his coaching staff will say, like, he got a little humbled last year. Was a top portal quarterback. And, you know, has bounced back this year in a big way, and they still have some things to say in the Big Ten. Michigan State does, but I mean, I wish everybody would have the opportunity to talk to these kids and young men like we do, because he wears that, not getting recruited by certain teams and not loving the California teams. Hate might be a word that came up. this meant a lot to him in an era where I think you hear about players like, like it's about the money, all this stuff. That's not our experience in talking to these players. Is they're going to onside kick here. And there it is. And USC does have it. So, 45-31. USC has a 14-point lead. What do you make of this Trojans team? You said national championships earlier.
Yes.
What do you make of them and their upside here?
Yeah, again, to your point about Aiden Childs and like getting a chance to talk to these guys, like when you talk to USC, they feel like, hey, we have something here. We might be a year or two away from really contending with the top, but offensively they can contend right now. Yeah. And it's because of Jaden Maiava and this receiving core they have. They did all this today without Jacoby Lane. And if with him in the roster and in the rotation, 6'4" guy who goes out and makes one-handed catches for breakfast, this USC fan base, I think they should be very excited about this season because their defense is starting to figure it out. And if they pare down the penalties, man, this team could be really, really dangerous. And we're going to find out a lot about them next week.
Yeah, at Illinois. Big Noon will be there. 10 penalties, to your point. 10 penalties, 73 yards today. So they're right around their season average of 80. It's 4/5 of a football field on the penalties, but they do have 45 points. Lincoln Riley does have a 14-point lead. The 2-minute timeout is coming. Michigan State may see the ball one more time. We'll find out when we come back here in Los Angeles.
Here's this Wednesday on Fox.
Fox College Football Friday under the lights in prime time. Next week, Big 12 showdown. TCU, Arizona State. It's Friday night, 9 Eastern on Fox. Big wins for both this week. The Big 12, Texas Tech fans, if they're up and watching, I doubt it because that Utah game was pretty early.
Yep.
It's been a long day for the Red Raiders. They're going to say they are the favorites in the Big 12, and they're going to be right. But those two teams we're going to see Friday night, TCU, Arizona State, here on Fox, are very interesting.
Yes, they are. I think Texas Tech should be in the top 10.
For sure.
For sure. After beating, a number 16 Utah team, I mean, they should be in the top 10. Impressive resume thus far, and all that money that they're spending in NIL is paying off in a big way. Joe McGuire, head coach there, believes in what they're building in Lubbock, and he's got those players playing like their hair is on fire, even with the backup quarterback coming in the game.
Baron Morton got hurt. Hammond was fantastic.
Yes, he was.
The defense, though, right from minute one of that game, set the tone in Salt Lake City, and that's hard to do.
Yes.
Against a Kyle Whittingham team.
Because what do we know Utah to be? A defensive program.
Tough as it gets. Here is another handoff. It is Sanders, and he gets punched after a couple yards. Ooh, that looked like it was painful for Alani Noah, who is back up. It'll be 4th down coming up. We mentioned the USC travel schedule. They are to the Midwest a couple more times. They are at Nebraska, at Notre Dame, at Illinois, 3 of 4 on the road, and versus Michigan here.
Yeah, you talk about what is on the horizon for this USC team. We will know. Look at those. It's not just the rankings, it's the teams and what these teams are going through. Notre Dame starting the year 0-2, getting a big win today. You talk about Michigan getting a big win today. Illinois coming off of a big loss. I mean, you're going to find out a lot about this team, about their playmakers, about their makeup. And the thing that gives me some inkling of belief is the running game. Yeah. Running games travel. They always say pack your defense, pack your running game when you go on the road. And this USC running game is a weapon.
So tonight, USC 41 runs, 26 passes. That's the eventual result of the play. So we're talking option, RPO sort of thing. But 15 more runs than passes is not usual for Lincoln Riley USC to this point in his young career.
Yes, and Jason, you have to do self-scout of yourself as well, right? you're brilliant. You're a smart guy.
Oh,
You're very interested in football in different scenarios. Well, Lincoln Riley has been known to be impatient and try to throw the football every chance he gets.
Yep.
So he does that own self-scout, and he says, you know what? I'm going to go find me some backs. I'm going to go find me an offensive line. And I'm going to get a quarterback that I know can play high percentage football within our system. And that's exactly what they've done. He's built this thing for the long haul. And you got to be able to run the football in the Big Ten. He understands that, and they can do it now.
We need to call the Smithsonian, though, because USC punted. Sam Johnson has basically been non-existent for USC. That's his 4th punt of the year for USC. So, Sam, you get your camera time right before midnight Pacific.
Kind of fitting for the punters, right?
Yeah, this gives us an opportunity to mention the long snapper who transferred from Michigan State as well, Hank Pepper. Who they think is the best long snapper in the country. We just never get to see him on punts, but they call him an extra gunner.
Yes.
He transferred from Michigan State, though. This could be the first time in recorded history you have a long snapper who's played at both schools.
Well, I mean, I guess it is kind of usual for, a Spartan to be a traitor against the Trojans, It's history lessons here.
It's very Peloponnesian War Review. Late night. First down for Michigan State. Giles will hand it off, and this should be the final play. Brandon Tullis runs it. Michigan State hung tough despite a ton of injuries defensively and just an awful injury to Wayne Matthews. And we'll get an update on him as the week progresses, but we are hoping for the best for Wayne Matthews. USC a winner tonight, 45-31 over Michigan State. The Trojans are 4-0 with a date in Champaign against Illinois next weekend on Big Noon on the horizon behind Jaden Mayava, who threw all of 6 incompletions tonight, 20 for 26, 3 touchdowns.
Jaden Mayava, he remembers what people said about USC. Lincoln Riley, he remembers what people said about him as a coach over the last couple of years. And they are taking all of that frustration and putting it on the field in the form of a high-performance offense, one of the best offenses in the country.
The architect to that, Lincoln Riley, is downstairs with Alexa Landestoy.
Coach, your team was up as much as 21. Then it was a 7-point game late, but they stayed the course and never blinked. What did you see from your team's resilience to get the win here tonight?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, we had a lot of contributions from all 3 sides. Not real happy how we finished. We put ourselves in a position to be a little bit better there, but it's another Big Ten win for us, and that's important against a good football team. So we know we've got a lot to correct, but excited about the win and looking forward to next week.
The start of the 4th quarter, your quarterback extends the drive with his legs. How has Jaden continued to grow in this offense as he's a starter?
Yeah, he was awesome. I thought he was patient when he needed to be patient, and he was aggressive and made some unreal plays that really got us going. So, yeah, it's fun to see him growing and coming of age, and I think the sky's the limit for the kid.
All right, quick one here. More rushing than passing attempts. RG3 mentioned it in the booth. Are we going to see more of that in the Lincoln Riley offense? Not typical.
No, that's how we love it. That's how we love it. It was cool to see us that physical, and that's winning football. So it was a good night running the ball for the Trojans.
Winning football. We'll take it. Coach Riley, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Lincoln Riley, that's how they love it here at USC. He'll take it, and the Trojans go to 4-0 at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. We will wrap it up for you, and we come back 45-31. They do love LA.
I found myself growing anxious, and I